and welcome to the Quarantine Theater Company today. We have a lovely reading for you. Tonight we are going to be doing Don't Look Up. Oh shit, I just looked up. Anyway, I made a horrible joke that Travis made, but I made it funny. Travis never makes it funny. Anyway, I digress. Hopefully you enjoy this read. I apologize in advance. There are a literal billion characters in this, and we're all playing multiple characters. So if you're watching this, just bear with us, okay? Especially if there's any pauses, because we don't know what we're reading. Anyway, so without further ado, joining us as scene description and a Riley Bina is a Jennifer. Joining us as Dr. Randall Mindy and also Liev Schreiber. What? We've got George. As the lovely Kate DiBiase, we have Angie.
Hello.
As Dr. Oglethorpe and Peter Isherwell, which is one of my favorite characters in this. We've got Logan as Jason Orlean, the half-witted chief of staff of the president, also for fun. We've got Travis. And as Timothy Chalamet himself, we've got as Ewell and Air Force General Themes, Ryan. And I will be joining you as President Orlean. And because we had somebody that couldn't make it tonight, I will also be Bree Eventry. What? All right. So without further ado, enjoy.
You must be so proud of your son. Don't Look Up, written by Adam McKay. Story by Adam McKay and David Sirota. Black. A tea kettle whistles, open on boiling water poured into a mug with a tea bag. Raspberry jam is spread on a piece of whole grain bread. Interior Subaru telescope, Mauna Kea? I am blaming it on Travis already. Night, PhD candidate Kate DiBiase, 26, dyed red hair, rides the fine line between geeky and alternative, walks up the stairs to a desk overlooking a giant telescope. A Carl Sagan action figure is positioned next to the computer. Kate types coordinates. I am smart, I swear. The telescope repositions and the roof opens, revealing a starry night. And for the final preparatory touch, Kate puts her earbuds in and hits play on her phone. Music, Wu-Tang Clan. Ain't nothing to F with by the Wu-Tang Clan. Can you believe it? I didn't swear for once. Kate raps on along under her breath. She also self-beeps any questionable words without falling off the beat. As we hear Kate rap, we cut back and forth between Kate's computer screen showing a hard-to-decipher image and a stunning real-life view of space that ends on a little spiral galaxy, maybe? She clicks several photos. Quick time jump to her looking through photos, but there's nothing. Kate clicks through more photos. Still nothing. She sees something else, a small smudge of light. Quickly, she takes more pictures. Jump cut, she walks over to a big screen and stretches the photo until a clearly visible streak is visible in the sky. Kate gasps and steps back to confirm what she sees is real. She stares, jaw dropped, at a giant screen of a comet. Cut 2, interior Subaru telescope. 2 a.m, night, music. Right There by Chingy. A party is coming together with a group of 4 grad students in their mid-20s, Daniel, Nisha, Oliver, Wynn, and their professor from Michigan State, Professor Randall Mindy, 50s Midwestern, bearded, not so ambitious since he got tenure.
This is nuts. This is so crazy.
This is me. I've got a hard cider and a bag of crossbone crunch.
This is a party. I'm just so thrilled for you, Kate. To Comet DiBiase, right? Cheers.
Randall is transfixed by the pictures.
It's got to be an Oort cloud comet just based on where you saw it. Probably the last time it got this close to the sun was long before human civilization. Look at the arc on that thing. My God, that's amazing.
We find out if the comet's velocity and orbit, Professor Mindy.
What a great question. I haven't done orbital dynamics since grad school. The question is, what would Carl Sagan do? He would take it back to first principles.
Randall wheels over a whiteboard. He begins to draw the XYZ axis from figure 1. Daniel hands him a battered textbook.
The top eccentric vector is RHO. Kate, what are the initial coordinates?
21, 24, 13.
Quick time dashes as Randall writes more and more equations on the board and flips through the textbook.
This is fun, huh, guys?
67.
Now you got me pumped.
Dr. Mindy, how many terms do you have to calculate to induce the FNG function?
All right. This is a good approximation according to Marsden 85. Now that we have the comet's orbit, we will check the ephemeris, and that will give us the distance between the comet and Earth.
Map them results. Sorry, I'm just cutting stuff and now I've made it longer. Go, Kate, go!
Oh. Okay. Why does the ephemeris keep getting lower and lower?
Randall writes the last part of figure 2, and then finally he writes 0.00. His hand is frozen with a marker in it in front of the board.
Professor Mindy? Professor Mindy.
Randall quickly erases the 0.00.
You know what, guys? Let's call it a night, huh?
But what's the relative position?
I can't figure it out, guys. Not tonight. Sorry.
You know what, I'm beat.
Me too.
Kate, this was amazing.
The grad students shuffle off. Randall hasn't taken his eyes off the board.
Hey, Kate, you stay.
Quote against Black. I want to die peacefully in my sleep like my grandfather, not screaming in terror like his passengers. Jack Handy. Interior NASA headquarters hallway, minutes later morning. L3, NASA headquarters, Kennedy Space Center, Florida, 10:42 a.m. Dr. Jocelyn Calder, early 50s and political player, comes walking down a hallway fast in a sharp business suit. Interior NASA headquarters office continuous. Calder takes the phone from a NASA scientist.
Dr. Calder, a Michigan State professor, and his grad students are at Suburban. Oh, I am Dr. Cadler. Well, this is Dr. Cadler. You've just pulled me out of a meeting where I had to tell my team we've lost $8 billion in funding.
I am so sorry, Dr. Calder, but we're seeing some awfully strange orbital numbers on this comet we just found. They should be in your inbox.
Data and pictures are on the computer screen in front of Dr. Calder. Dr. Calder takes a look.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Let me get Dr. Oglethorpe on the line. Please hold.
Back to the Subaru, same time.
I'm on hold. She's calling a Dr. Oglethorpe. Who is that? Jesus Christ, who is that? I'm going to put him on speaker.
Do, 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 do. I'm the hold music. Do, do, do.
Dr. Oglethorpe, the head of Planetary Defense Coordination Office in Washington, D.C. Is that a real place?
An image of the actual Planetary Defense Coordination Office logo appears on the screen. Exterior government office buildings. Washington, D.C. Morning, L3. The Planetary Defense Coordination Office. Yes, it's a real place. A collection of bland buildings in the nation's capital. An African-American man, late 50s, Dr. Clayton Teddy Oglethorpe, whip sharp, seen it all, answers his phone as he walks into the building through a light sun shower.
This is Dr. Oglethorpe.
Yes. This is Jocelyn Keller from Kennedy Space Center.
Oh, hey, Jocelyn.
Hi.
Interior NASA headquarters office, Florida, day continuous. Dr. Calder reads more and more printouts.
Listen, we got a sign of an NEO from Subaru Telescope.
Interior Subaru telescope day continuous. Intercut all three conversations as Teddy makes his way into the building and waits for an elevator.
Okay, why didn't you just report it to the Minor Planet Center?
The professor and a bunch of Michigan State students who identified something big.
Really? How large?
How big we talking? We clocked it in about 5 to 10 kilometers wide. About 5 to 10 kilometers wide.
That's a big boy. And was this professor the one who made the observation?
Hi, yes, Dr. Mindy. And no, PhD candidate Kate DiBiase found it. I did the orbital calculations. I study trace gases in dead galaxies. I haven't published in a while, so you probably haven't heard of me, but that doesn't matter, obviously. Sorry.
And what are the most updated estimates on its trajectory?
Kate does more calculations on her MATLabs.
I've been running it all day. I keep getting the same result. A direct hit of Earth in 6 months and 14 days.
Me too.
Matthew, what are your calculations? Well, our scout program is saying 6 months, 14 days. We've got 6 months and 14 days. Or in English, 6 months and 2 weeks.
He's both characters. So, Dr. Oglethorpe, what are your thoughts?
It's roughly 5 to 10 kilometers wide, which means
Isn't that an extinction level event?
A terrifying silence hits the room.
Well, let's not be dramatic here.
okay. First move is to get the school field trip out here to DC. I need a person who first had eyes on the comet and the person in charge.
They look at each other. Kate and Randall do. Sorry.
Okay, we need to share this data immediately with Cambridge,
Calm down
Caltech,
here.
and AIU.
I think Travis
Dr.
is actually
Calder?
frozen. Okay. Yep. Travis, I'm sorry, Dr. Calder, you were frozen.
Oh, am I unfrozen now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, Doc.
Okay, this is classified information in a non-frozen way, Dr. Oglethorpe. I serve at the discretion of all of the president, and her policy is all priority intel goes to her first.
Is this really happening?
Now, let's get the student and the dead galaxy professor to Hickam Air Force Base now.
They hang up. Terrified Kate looks to Randall, who begins pacing around the room.
What the hell is happening?
Kate, this isn't happening, right? This isn't real, right? This is just some sort of alternate reality. Kate, say something.
Kate moves her head back.
I gotta go get high.
Quick cut. Exterior Hickam Air Force Base, Honolulu. 30 minutes later, night. Kate and Randall, each holding a mini suitcase, stand on the tarmac of a full-on active Air Force base. Someone has their sound on because I can hear a full-on echo through my headphones. I'm sorry. A captain comes over to them, yelling above the jets.
Go, go, go!
All right. Dr. Mindy and Kate are on the plane. He ushers them towards the massive plane.
Is there any customary seating?
Interior C5 Galaxy plane. Hours later. Kate and Randall sit in the vacant back of the plane. It's like 2 football fields, and it's completely empty except for the 2 of them. Exterior C5 in the sky, night to day. Exterior Joint Base, Anacostia Bowling. 7 hours later, 11 a.m., the C5 lands. Kate and Randall emerge from the open back of the huge plane to blinding light. Cut to interior White House 30 minutes later, day. Randall and Kate, both pulling their bags on wheels, walk down a hallway and catch Dr. Oglethorpe and Air Force General Themes, right? Yeah? 61. A straight-ahead general with a permanent resting smirk mid-conversation.
Brendan?
Yeah, Brendan.
Brendan. Oh, you think he was... It's all politics, Teddy.
Randall and Kate walk up.
Oh, you must be Randall and Kate. I'm Dr. Oglethorpe, but you can call me Teddy.
I'm sorry, did you say your name was... I should call you Teddy?
Yeah, you know, we call him Teddy because he ain't no teddy bear. General Themes, I'm the Pentagon's eyes on whatever this turns out to be.
Everyone shakes hands.
The president is famously late, and you've had a long flight, so...
Cut to interior White House later, day. Randall, Kate, Dr. Oglethorpe, and General Themes sit waiting in the hall outside the Oval Office.
Michigan State. Spartans.
Kate nods.
Is that the Oval Office?
She points directly across from them.
Yeah, that's the Oval Office, yeah. A lot smaller than it is in the pictures.
President should be here shortly. She's already been briefed, correct, Scott?
General Themes nods, Kate whispers to Randall.
We really about to tell the President of the United States that we have just over 6 months before mankind and pretty much all of life on planet Earth are completely destroyed?
That's exactly what we're about to do.
Kate motions for the wastebasket and begins to throw up. Main title, Don't Look Up. Interior White House hallway a few hours later. Kate, Randall, Dr. Oglethorpe, and Air Force General Themes are waiting and waiting. Finally, a crisp and purposeful entourage makes its way around the corner. It's the president and our advisors with Secret Service detail.
Yes, I said law enforcement, but I didn't want. You told me that he was clean.
The foursome stands to greet the president.
Hello, Madam President. I'm Dr. Oglethorpe. I believe Jocelyn told you.
But the president walks right past them and into the Oval Office.
Hey, Jason? Jason.
A trailing advisor, Jason 33, is closing the doors.
What up, yo?
Come on, man. What the hell, Jason? This is the real world.
Yeah, I know we need 5 minutes. We're having a problem with our Supreme Court nominee. 5 minutes. Thank you.
Oval Office doors close. Interior White House hallway continuous. The foursome sits back down. They wait. And wait. 3 assistants sing happy birthday to an assistant and leave balloons on the desk. They continue to wait. Kate scrolls through her phone.
Oh, there's a bunch of stuff about their nominee not being qualified, but I don't see any articles about our thing.
Dr. Oglethorpe checks his phone too.
Social media's going on and on about that singer Riley Bina and DJ Cello breaking up. That's too bad. They seem like sweet kids.
I don't know them, but that's a shame. Kate, do you know them?
Yes, but I really don't give a shit right now.
Air Force General Themes returns from the coffee station with bags of cheese bits and bottled waters.
Sorry, but we charge an arm and a leg for this stuff. You should do it.
Oh, of course. I've got Kate as well. Here's a 20.
Randall gives him a 20. Dr. Oglethorpe gives him a 20 as well.
You've changed?
No, but I can ask the Marine at
Forget it.
After a beat of eating, Randall reaches into his jacket pocket and takes out a pill. He bites the tip off and swallows with water. Kate looks at him.
It's a Xanax. I can only take a quarter, otherwise I get...
Kate takes the rest of the pill and dry swallows it.
Kate. You know, you should be careful with that much.
Interior White House hallway later. Shadows get long through the windows, and eventually the office lights come on. Sound effects, Air Force General Themes, phone alarm going off. He immediately starts packing up his belongings.
I'm very sorry. I have to be in Okinawa by 2 o'clock tomorrow.
Really? Are you serious? This is very important.
I have to go quell the natives.
I'll tell your daughter I said hi.
They stand, shake hands, and the general exits. Dr. Oglethorpe, Kate, and Randall sit back down and wait more. It's now fully dark outside. Kate gets up and walks down the hallway. There's a coffee station with bottled water and snacks. She grabs a bottle and a bag of chips. An office worker is there.
Excuse me, where do I pay for this?
It's free.
Really?
Yes, it's the White House.
Kate returns to Randall and Dr. Oglethorpe.
The snacks are free.
What?
The general. He charged us for the snacks, but they're free.
Oh, gosh.
Why on earth would he do that?
Suddenly, the Oval Office doors open and the staff member from earlier, Jason, pops out.
Hey, peeps. Yeah, it's looking like it's not happening tonight. And, yeah, I feel horrible, so we're gonna put you up in a hotel somewhere.
Excuse me, does the president know why we're here?
He's already closed the door.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
They must not know why we're here.
Well, they know. But you heard it. Be ready for tomorrow, guys.
Do they know how long it took for us to get here?
Cut to exterior Hacienda Courts Motel, Washington, D.C. Later that night, I also just realized I said Hacienda. Anyway, it's a rainy night. The traffic is nasty and honking. Interior Kate's room, Washington, D.C. continuous. Kate talks to her boyfriend, Philip Kaj, 28, intercut.
And then they made us wait for 7 hours, and they never even called us in. And I couldn't believe it.
Interior website offices, Manhattan, same time. Philip, still mad he didn't get into Yale, is in the offices of a news and culture website, Autopsy. Despite the late hour, the open concept office is full. TVs and screens everywhere.
Of course they didn't call you in, Kate. Have you watched any news today?
No, I've been pretty wrapped up in our project.
Turn on your TV right now. President Orlean is in the middle of an all-time shitstorm.
Kate does so. There's CVN coverage about the president's Supreme Court nominee. It also plays in Philip's office.
Well, the door was open here. Sheriff Wade Cohn was already a controversial nominee with no law degree and a record of shoot first and ask questions later. But with his back in college now coming to light, the White House is in full crisis mode.
Kate stares at the TV in a daze.
And get this, I found 5 former students willing to go on record that Conlon got noticeably aroused when he posed for their drawing classes.
Interview with Sheriff Conlon, 60s, walking fast away from the cameras.
I have no shame in what I did.
Should I say aroused or engorged? I don't want this to read like clickbait. This is a real article.
Kate doesn't respond.
Kate, can I get something from you?
I'm sorry, I'm just out of sorts tonight.
Can we just have this conversation, because I feel like we're skirting around this whole thing? Do you have an issue with my mom? Is that what all this is about? Because...
Cut 2, interior Randall's room, same time. Randall is on the phone while the TV plays a cell phone commercial in the background and Apple-like gravitas to it. Interior middle-class home, Lansing, Michigan day. Randall's wife, June, 40s, earthy yet sharp. She's clearly the rock of the family. Intercut. Interior middle-class home, Lansing... wait, that's the same thing. Intercut stuff. Go.
And you can't tell me what's happening?
It's just the protocol. Please, don't worry.
Oh, Marshall, I got 180. Oh, Marshall got 180 on his LSATs, and we're celebrating.
We see their sons, Evan, early 20s, and Marshall, mid-20s, who both look and carry themselves exactly like Randall.
Hey, way to go, Marshall. I'm proud of you, buddy.
Thanks, Dad. Miss you.
How's Evan feeling? Are the new meds working out?
Solid 4.
He's a solid 4.
Well, that's better than last month, right?
Just remember to speak up in the meeting, okay? You know, you get so quiet when it's time to take credit.
Interior Kate's room, Washington, D.C. Kate and Philip are not in a full-blown fight. Are now in a full-blown fight.
She asked if you were a lesbian. She didn't say you were a lesbian. It was a question.
Look, can I sit down to have lunch with your mom in like 7 months?
7 months? Weirdly specific. Distant.
Cut 2, exterior White House, Washington, D.C. the next afternoon. Interior Oval Office, continuous. Randall, his leg moving nervously. Dr. Oglethorpe and Kate sit in the Oval Office across from President Janie Orlean, 60s. President Orlean has bright blonde statement hair, remnants of a Long Island accent, and behind her, dozens of copies of her best-selling How to Manage Your Money Even When You Have None. Her chief of staff, who we met yesterday, son Jason, is there along with 2 other aides in their 70s. The president checks her phone and texts for a long beat while everyone waits. Finally, she puts it down and addresses the room.
Not done with my call yet. Yes, so it's just, I'm really finding that our relationship is, he's clingy. He's a stage 5 clinger, and I just can't get rid of him. He's everywhere I go, and I don't know what to do. Yeah, well, he's my son, and I've told him, time to move out of the house, time to get a real job. He just doesn't listen. Oh, time's up. Okay, all right, thank you. Okay, so I've heard there's something about an asteroid or a comet you don't like and the looks of. Tell me about it, and then tell me why you're telling me about it. You've got 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Teddy Oglethorpe looks at Randall.
That's you, Doc. Go.
Randall's very nervous.
Okay. Madam President, approximately 36 hours ago, PhD graduate student Kate Dibiaski here discovered a very large comet.
Oh, good for you!
A comet 5 to 10 kilometers across that we estimate came from the Oort cloud, the outer part of the solar system.
He pauses, looks at his notes. Randall's hand shakes a little as he looks at his notes.
And using Gauss's method of orbital determination and the average astrometric uncertainty of 0.04 arc seconds.
Whoa. What the hell? Jason?
I'm sorry. I'm so bored. Just tell us what it is.
Knock that shit off, okay?
Seriously, stop.
What Dr. Mindy is trying to say is that there is a comet headed directly towards Earth.
He lays out the photos highlighting the blurry streak. The president and Jason examine the pictures.
According to NASA's computers, this object will hit the Pacific Ocean 62 miles due west off the coast of Chile.
So, and then what happens? A tidal wave?
No, it will be far more catastrophic. There will be mile-high tsunamis standing out all across the globe. If this comet makes impact, it will have the power of 1 billion Hiroshima bombs. There will be magnitude 10 or 11 earthquakes.
Oh my. Okay. You're stressing me out. You're breathing weird, and it's just making me a little uncomfortable. So yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to articulate the science.
I know, but it's like so stressful. I'm like trying to listen.
I don't think you understand the gravity of this situation. I'm trying to articulate it the best I can.
Madam President, this comet is what we call a planet killer.
That's correct.
President Orlean takes this all in.
So, how certain is all of this?
There's basically 100% certainty of impact.
Please don't say 100%.
Can we just call it potentially significant event? But it's not potentially going to happen. It is going to happen.
Exactly, 99.78% to be exact.
Oh, great. So it's not 100%.
Scientists never like to say 100%.
Yeah. You know what? Call it 70% and let's move on.
It's not even close to 70%.
Oh, you can't go around to people telling them there's a 100% chance they're gonna die. And we should get our own scientists on this. No offense, you're just two people who walked in here with
Dr. Oglethorpe.
Dr. Ogilvy.
And I've been the head of planetary defense at NASA for 15 years. And Dr. Mindy is a tenured professor of astronomy at Michigan State, where Ms. Dubinsky is a doctoral candidate.
I'm sorry. Did you say Michigan State?
They have an excellent astronomy program.
Come on, bro.
Are you serious? Do you want to see my goddamn SAT scores?
Okay. Let's just bottom line this. What is this going to cost me? What's the ask here?
There are government plans in place. Actions we can take through NASA. Drones can be outfitted with nukes to deflect and hopefully change the orbit of this comet. But we must act now.
All right. Okay. Let me think here. When are the midterms?
3 weeks.
Okay, 3 weeks. Okay, if this breaks before then, we could lose Congress, and then there's nothing we can do about it anyway.
It'll be gridlock.
Exactly. The timing, it's atrocious. At this exact moment, I say we sit tight and assess.
Sit tight and assess?
And let's get some Ivy Leaguers, no offense, and we will review the NASA plans.
I greatly appreciate it.
Am I to understand correctly that with all the information you've received today, you're making the decision to sit tight and assess?
The president is barely paying attention as she searches drawer after drawer in her office.
Seriously, who is she?
Who are you? Aren't you her son?
I'm the chief of staff, boy with a dragon tattoo, so, yeah, I'm doing fine.
This place is a freak show.
I think what Miss Dibiaski is trying to say is that the idea of sitting tight is an extremely dangerous idea.
President Orlean discovers a pack of smokes in her...
Funny story. When I ran for president, I had to sneak cigarettes for the first month of the campaign. Photographs of me smoking were going for $100,000 a shot. So I'm always hiding. But you know what? I got sick of it. And I just said, I'm going to smoke whenever I want to. And guess what happened? I went up 3 points in the polls.
People love that she kept it real. They loved watching a smoke show smoke. I can't think of another president that I'd want to see in Playboy. I mean, yeah.
Do you know how many the world is ending meetings that we've had over the I mean, economic collapse, loose nukes, car exhaust killing the atmosphere, rogue AI.
Drought, famine, plagues, population growth, a hole in the ozone, the rapture, alien invasion.
Jason, hey! That's enough. It's enough. Okay. Read the room for once in your life.
Sorry, Mom.
Right. The point is, I have a job to do.
You do understand that this is an apocalyptic event. This is a large celestial body headed towards our Earth.
President Orlean makes her way over to Randall.
Dr. Mindy, I hear you. I hear you. You should be proud.
Thank you.
I'm taking it very seriously. I'm taking it straight to the heart.
I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad.
They all stand to leave.
Hey, gang. Yeah. Obviously, everything we talk about in here is classified.
Jason motions to fist bump Kate.
I like that one. Thanks for dressing up.
Cut to interior Washington Union Station 40 minutes later. Kate and Randall, followed by Teddy, speed through the DC train station, pulling their bags toward their track. Kate finishes a call on her cell phone.
So you're saying that we're just going to leak it to the press? Isn't that illegal?
Hell yes, we're going to leak it. In case you didn't notice, the White House just blew us off.
My boyfriend Philip says he knows a reporter from the New York Herald that we can talk to. Abdul Griello?
Oh, good. That guy's a heavy hitter. And I'll reach out to more of the scientific community on the down low.
They're getting on the train.
I just feel like this isn't what I do.
You're just telling a story. Keep it simple. And no math.
But it's all math.
Train doors close. Cut to interior Giant Convention Center, San Francisco Day. A 10-story screen shows the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel. Push into God's hand touching atoms. Music, Bash theme.
It all started with a connection, a simple gesture that created so much.
God's hand turns, revealing a cell phone.
So many choices. Sometimes it can even feel like too much, until now.
The cell phone glows, and then Adam's hand turn, revealing a second cell phone. Push into the screen to see the texted words, "Let there be life. Bash life."
Introducing Bash Life, life without the stress of living.
The crowd of 5,000 tech conference attendees applauds heartily.
Before we introduce the founder and CEO of Bash, please remember to avoid direct eye contact, sudden movements, coughing, or negative facial expressions. And now, Sir Peter Isherwell.
3 children, ages 8 to 9, African American, Asian American, and Caucasian, enter the stage with Peter Isherwell, an ageless, optimistic, yet very shy man in a windbreaker.
Hello, everyone. All of my work has been driven by the inexpressible need for a friend who would understand, of a friend to understand and soothe me. And, all those years of work have come to fruition with Bash Life. Our new Bash 14.3 phone is fully integrated into your very feeling and desire without you needing to say a single word.
Peter and the children hold up the new cell phone.
If I feel,
Sad.
Afraid.
Or alone.
the Bash 14.3 phone will set to life setting, instantly senses my mood through blood pressure, heart rates, and your vitals show you are sad. This will cheer you up, Peter.
Here, this will cheer you up, appears on the screen, and a VT of a puppy riding a rooster.
It also schedules a therapy session with a nearby professional so we can make sure this sad feeling doesn't return.
May I say something, Mr. Isherwell?
No.
All of these functions play out on the screen behind him.
And to support Bash Life, I would like to formally announce...
Smash cut. Interior backstage 20 minutes later. Isherwell and the children exit to the backstage. A junior executive, Linda, takes their phones.
Give me those phones. They're not yours.
Bye, Mr. Isherwell. Bye, Peter.
I love you, Peter.
Are we sure the video of the little girl singing is optimizing our prepubescent sense memory consumer sector? Oh, I find the bird quite threatening.
Well, we'll cross-check the data on that for sure.
And pulls Isherwell aside.
Mr. Isherwell, Paul DeBent wanted me to give you this. He got it from an astronomer friend of his in Mexico.
She hands him a picture of the blurry comet with direct hit handwritten on it.
Oh my.
Interior New York Herald office. Now Randall and Kate are in a conference room at the Herald with the chief editor, Paula Woods, 51, two of the owners, and journalist Adul Grilio, 47, handsome and international. What other confirmation do we have on this, Adul?
I've spoken to Dr. Oglethorpe in DC. He confirmed it and all the math. Plus, I showed it to Dr. Franks at Columbia, and he almost fell out of his chair. So I have to admit, I was very skeptical at first, but this is all quite credible.
The calculations are all credible.
Jesus, and the president really said to sit tight?
Yes, that's correct.
Sit tight and assess.
He's probably worried about the midterms.
The other owner, Benjamin 38, chimes in. And that, I guess, is me. We need to move fast. The feds will claim breach of security, so make sure these two get a pro bono attorney.
You could use my attorney.
You can certainly afford it now.
We have to hire a lawyer now?
Mrs. Tankin and chief editor begin bickering.
That wasn't necessary.
I think it was, and Randall interjects.
I'm sorry.
Not called for.
I'm sorry. How is it criminal if we just tell people like the public what we saw and tell them the truth?
Barely in Benjamin too. Yeah, okay, all right. Make sure this one gets some kind of media training before he hits the shows. He seems a step slow.
What does that mean? I need media training. What does...
Exterior New York City street, 20 minutes later, Kate and Randall, followed by Philip, Kate's boyfriend, are pulling their bags and looking for the Westin Hotel.
They want us on a show called The Daily Rip first thing in the morning tomorrow when the article comes out. What's The Daily Rip?
Philip is now hunched over and hyperventilating.
It's the best show. Everyone wants to be on it. Bree and Jack, they have legendary chemistry. They asked me to go on it, and I couldn't sleep for 2 nights. I was so excited. But they cut me for time. It still hurts to think about it.
Oh, I know what show you're talking about. My wife loves that show.
Can you just tell me what this is all about? Because I haven't read my article about Conlon getting hard in the art class, and now Adol Grelio has come down with his mountaintop, same difference, for your thing, and you won't even give me a lousy pronoun?
Kate stops suddenly.
Comet bigger than an asteroid that killed the dinosaurs is headed directly at Earth, and if it isn't deflected, the entire planet dies.
Philip is stunned. A passerby stops. What did you just say?
It's for a video game.
I'm moving on.
Are you being serious?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Philip hyperventilates and starts to walk into the street where he is almost hit by a car. Kate pulls him back.
My god, what the fuck, man?
I love you too. All right, yeah. Hey guys, we gotta keep walking.
Exterior space, same time. There is a blinking light, maybe a comet in the distance, growing larger at an astonishing rate. Suddenly the light is upon us in a blinding massive flash. Waves crash against a giant rock. A lizard picks away at its skin. A hummingbird gets nectar from a flower. Exterior New York City streets. 2 garbage men collect trash from the street and toss it in the truck. Exterior Midtown Manhattan. The next day, a 30 Rock type building. People bustling everywhere. A town car pulls up and Randall and Kate get out. They are greeted by a talent PA. You must be Dr. Mindy and Ms. Dibiowski. Jack and Bree are so excited to have you on the show.
Really? They know who we are?
Interior New York Herald office, same time. The chief editor, Paula Wood, sits in her office with Adul Grelio. The White House is denying they even met with them?
Assholes will always be assholes.
Interior, the Daily Rip studio, same time. Randall and Kate are led to the makeup room. The hallway is bustling. A tray of raw meat passes by. A poster hangs of advertising the show, Secretly Poor. A groomer greets them.
Hi, I am Talia. The Herald sent me to help you with your wardrobe.
She holds up 2 fashionable outfits.
Oh, I'm not wearing that.
They sit in the hair and makeup chairs.
Oh my gosh, you actually have great facial structure. Like, what if we trim this beard down a little? I love your hair.
Thank you. Okay, so how are we going to do this? I'll talk about discovery and you talk about how urgent it is that we take action.
How do we say it? I mean, shouldn't we practice it or write it out beforehand?
He's opening another FedEx package and takes a nibble of a pill.
Okay, so I'll start by describing the comet discovery, and then you talk about what it means and how urgent it is to take action.
But how do we say it? Shouldn't we practice it or write it out beforehand?
How about some water?
Yeah, some water would be great.
Randall begins to panic and recites calming phrases and tongue twisters to calm himself.
You are here now. You are here now. 11 benevolent elephants. 11 benevolent elephants. 11 benevolent elephants.
Randall pulls out another Xanax.
I'm just gonna take some Xanax. I take it sometimes when I.
Kate sees an opportunity and grabs for the Xanax.
Okay, not this time. Not this time.
Interior Lansing, Michigan, same time. June Mindy, Randall's wife, and his two sons are up early eating eggs and waiting for the daily rip to start.
He just needs to breathe and speak up, you know?
He's got this. I know he does.
Interior studio bathroom. Moments later, Randall is in the bathroom with his outfit, having a full-on panic attack and taking deliberate deep breaths, trying to calm down.
Oh, God.
Randall begins splashing water on his face.
You're here now. You are here now. You are here now.
He goes for a paper towel that is stuck and begins to fight the machine. Interior, the Daily Rip studio continuous. We meet our host, Jack Bremer, 48, in the know, but also a bit charmingly dumb, and Bree Avanti, 45.
You gotta stop drinking the cheap shit.
My name is Bree Avanti.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And it was only 2 glasses.
Yeah, 2.5.
Studio manager.
Oh, fuck, that's also me. All right, we're 20 out. Let's make sure of our eye-lines. And we're not looking at Jack and Bree. And, cue the package.
Opening VT package for the Daily Rip plays. Bree gets a last look from Jack.
Ladies, okay?
Yes, Aubrey, I've got something for you today. Listen to this. President Orleans Supreme Court nominee Sheriff Clone has now been identified as appearing in a softcore porn cable show from the early 90s.
Interior Lansing, Michigan. Same time, Randall's family watches the Daily Rip.
That's ridiculous.
Interior green room, same time. Randall, groomed and in his new stylish clothes, and Kate are seated and waiting their turn. There's a young singer with an entourage also in the room. This is Riley Bina, 25.
Is that Riley Bina?
Kate quietly nods.
Really? She looks a lot smaller in person.
Interior crappy apartment, Washington, D.C., same time. Teddy is having coffee with the Daily Rip on the TV while petting his cat. Interior green room, same time. A stage manager pops in.
Hey, everyone. I'm Sean from the show. We're going to do, Jack and Bree are going to do, 10 on the SCOTUS nominee. And then, Riley Bina, you come in.
And I can talk about my new single, right? A portion of the profits goes to a manatee sanctuary.
Yes, but the breakup first. And then, Dr. Mindy and Miss DiBiase, you both come in to talk about the planet you discovered.
A comet. We found a comet.
We know what we're here to talk about, right?
Of course, Jack and Bree love doing science segments. Just remember, keep it light, keep it fun. Jack and Bree love to have a good time.
You guys discovered a comet? Wow, that's so dope. I have a tattoo of a shooting star on my back.
That's terrific.
Long, awkward pause. Randall can't help himself.
Oh, we heard about your breakup, too. We just want to say we're very sorry, right? We're very sorry because you seem like a great person.
Why don't you mind your own business, you old fuck?
Okay.
Interior the Daily Rip studio. 30 minutes later, Jack and Bree are interviewing Riley Bina.
I'm not gonna lie, but my friends in my Vroom Vroom army have been so amazing. So, I'm really grateful for that, but I can't lie. It's been hard.
You're an inspiration. You're really owning that pain. You know, Jack, I feel like there's some kind of conversation we need to be having. Is there any message you want to send to your ex, DJ Cello?
You know,
If there's something you want to say, let's say it right into this camera. Just tell him as if that was him. You tell him exactly what you're thinking.
Okay, Chal, I still love you. And after a lot of sleepless nights, 3, I want to take you back.
I'm sorry, what?
Is that okay?
Interior, the Mindy home, Lansing, Michigan, same time. June and her sons are watching. One of the sons is on social media.
Oh my God, you guys.
Italy just exploded. So did Vroom Vroom.
Wait, Bash News just gave me 8 push notifications. And my phone purchased DJ Cello's latest single without even asking. Just did that.
Interior, the Daily Rip studio, same time.
Yes, I've just been told we have DJ Cello live on a mug link.
DJ Cello is on a Skype type link.
Hey, baby doll. Your kid messed up bad. Lady Baroque wasn't wearing panties in the club that night. I wasn't thinking straight. And I made a mistake. But it's you. It's always been you.
Oh my God, I got it. It's okay. I hooked up with her too. At the Music Globes last year, right before I ran off with that power forward from the Nuggets. And none of that matters.
Interior autopsy offices, same time. Philip watches the TV in the packed office.
What about forget breakup sex? Try a breakup relationship.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
10 famous second chances for 2-timers, guys. Oh, there we go. It's on a plate.
Philip glances nervously at the TV. Interior, the Daily Rip studio, same time.
I was scared, but honestly, I'm not scared anymore. My little bumblebee, will you marry me?
Oh my God! Of course!
Yes!
Chal, of course! That's sick! Ah.
Interior, Teddy's apartment, Washington, D.C., same time. Teddy is petting his cat.
All right. DJ Cello.
Interior, the Mindy home, Lansing, Michigan, same time. Notifications are popping up all on their phones.
Just spot another.
Who are these people again?
Mom, they're like the biggest names in...
Interior, Daily Rip, same time. Jack and Bree recovering from the proposal. Randall and Kate wait in the wings.
Oh, wow. The fireworks certainly have gone off today.
Yes, they have. From a wedding to proposal to a little science experiment. I'm gonna need a temple rub and a martini.
Well, our last guests.
Stage manager cues Randall and Kate to take their seats.
Go, go, go! Have made pretty big discovery in space. Astronomer Dr. Randall Mindy and PhD candidate Miss Kate Dibiaski are here. Welcome.
Okay, I gotta... Can I just ask one thing before we get any further? Is there life out there? Yes or no? Final answer.
Well, we don't have the data, but sure, why not? In the vastness of space, sure, aliens are real.
Kate gives Randall a quick sideways glance.
See, I knew it. I would like this guy. See, you owe me $50.
Please don't encourage him, Dr. Mindy. We'll never get out of here, okay? Now, Jack was having some fun here.
Interior, the Mindy home, Lansing, Michigan, same time. June and their sons watch their dad.
Dad looks great. Doesn't he look good?
He did something with his beard.
He really does.
Interior, the Daily Rip studio, continuous.
Oh, now Jack was having some fun about the aliens, whatever, but I'm told there's a New York Herald story that has just come out that talks about a very serious discovery you two have made.
Interior, Teddy's apartment, continuous. Teddy watches, nervous.
Keep it right there. You're doing good.
Interior, the Daily Rip studio, continuous.
That's right, Bree. Kate was observing supernovas on the Subaru optical telescope.
Interior, autopsy, continuous.
Is that your girl?
Philip nods.
Not bad.
Interior, Daily Rip studio, continuous.
When she made a breathtaking and once-in-a-lifetime discovery.
I had no idea that Subaru made telescopes.
Incredible.
So this is really exciting. Tell us what you found, Mrs. Dibiatsky.
Well, I was monitoring exploding stars to help
Ooh.
measure the
Ooh.
measurement expansion of the universe.
For your PhD?
Right. But then I saw something I didn't recognize. It was a comet, a big one, and it's headed directly at Earth, and it will very likely hit.
This sounds very, very, very exciting. Exploding stars, like stars actually explode. Like, now, how big is this thing? Could it destroy someone's house? Is that possible?
Well, Comet Dibiaski, which is what it will officially be named.
After her.
Yeah, after her.
Oh, congratulations!
It's somewhere between 6 and 9 kilometers across, so it would damage the entire planet, much more than a house.
The entire planet. Okay, so while it's damaging that, can it hit this this one house in particular that's just off the coast of New Jersey? It's my ex-wife's house. I just need it to be hit. Can we make that happen? Can we make that happen?
Come on! You and Shelley have great friendship. Stop. You
No,
need to stop.
In fairness, I need to pay for the house the comet would.
I apologize for him. He's terrible.
I'm sorry, are we not being clear? We're trying to tell you that the entire planet is about to be destroyed.
Oh, it's just something we do around here to keep the bad news light.
It helps the medicine go down. And speaking of medicine, tomorrow we got a special.
Maybe the destruction of the entire planet isn't supposed to be fun? Maybe it's supposed to be terrifying and upsetting. And maybe we're supposed to stay up all night every night crying when we're all 100% for sure going to fucking die.
Hey, Kate.
Sorry.
There's a long silence. Interior autopsy continuous. Philip and Damien, Damien, stare at the TV horrified.
Hey, man, my brother has bipolar disorder. You know, if you ever need to talk to anybody.
Interior daily rip, same time.
Is she always like that? Was it something I said?
Randall is totally on the spot. Finally, after a painful beat, he opens his mouth.
Maybe I should have given her that extra Xanax that I had.
Jack, Bree, and the entire room goes to laughter.
The extras, like you didn't have enough already. Listen, if you don't have enough, well, we have enough to go around here.
A spoonful of Xanax helps the medicine go down, am I right?
Oh, watch it, Mary Poppins. That's right. That's good.
Bree gives Randall a quick, intrigued glance.
We're gonna have to get you back. Is he a plant?
I knew I'd like this guy. I knew it.
The handsome astronomer can come back anytime. Yelling lady, not so much.
Yeah, well, join us tomorrow when our guest will be the man who many will say will challenge President Orlean in 2 years, Senator Jeff Lerner.
Oh, and wrongly convicted murderer Michelle Weems talks to us about her third place finish on Celebrity Dance Off.
I thought she should have won. I really did.
And I still think she's guilty.
That's the Daily Rip, guys.
Have a great day. And we're out.
Everyone stands up and pulls off their mics.
That's it? Did what we wanted to say get across?
Yeah. You were great, but I think Mullet Girl, she probably needs some, media training.
Really?
Yeah, terrible, buddy.
We usually get drinks at Audrine's after our 5 o'clock staff meeting. You know, it's fun. You should come.
Oh, I'll have to see. Thank you for the invitation.
She gives him a hard look and then exits. The groomer from the Herald is there.
You're awesome. Picture of you for my portfolio.
Of course.
She takes his picture.
Thank you.
Interior New York Herald office an hour later. Afternoon. Randall, Kate, a duel, chief editor Paula Woods, and the Herald's media quant go through the numbers on a giant computer screen.
You can see the spike is here is when Riley Bina asked to take DJ Cello back to the segment before you. We saw engagement across all social media platforms.
What about our story?
Randall and Kate, your TV appearance got some nice traffic when Mrs. Debyatsky cursed, but unfortunately there was an immediate backslash that quickly became a meme.
Screen shows VT of Kate next to Charles Manson reading "Crazy, it's all in the eyes." Another meme of Kate's deformed face looking like a monster.
Jesus, they just think I'm crazy.
Oh, I mean, look at that. That's so unnecessary.
Another meme of Kate screaming paired with a wet cat. You can move on.
Is that even allowed?
Another meme of Kate eating a baby captioned, "Delicious!"
I think that's a Photoshop, Kate.
Dr. Mindy, on the other hand, very high favorableness. Vegan Babe wrote, "Meow," like Hunky Star Man. Some accounts called him the Bedroom Eyes Doomsday Prophet. And AILF, which means astronomer I'd like to fuck.
I don't see what that has to do with anything.
And that's everything we did not feature or push on any sites, and clicks overall were below basic weather and traffic stories.
So that's it.
I knew it.
That's it.
Thank you, Aaron. And the media quant packs up. They all wait until she leaves.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Why aren't people terrified? What do we have to say? What do we have to do?
Scientists in Mexico and Spain are currently going through the data, and South Korea has expressed concern.
Oh, that's great. South Korea.
Let's not bullshit each other. Bottom line is you told us the science was 100%, and it's not. And now we look like idiots.
No, you tell me who said the science isn't 100%.
Excuse me?
I want to talk to this person. You tell me who said the science isn't 100%.
Dr. Jocelyn Calder, head of NASA, just came out calling it, quote, more near-miss astronomy hysteria.
She's the one who told us not to tell anyone.
More near-miss hysteria.
Is she even an astronomer?
She's the head of NASA, but maybe she doesn't know what she's talking about.
Yeah, she's the head of NASA, but she's also a former anesthesiologist and a President Orleans super donor. It's all corrupt.
The point is, Adul's right. There's still serious debate, and now the Herald has egg on its face.
But we've taken the story as far as it goes. I wish you a very pleasant end of times.
Adul leaves.
It's not a goddamn story, okay?
Paula leaves as well. Kate and Randall are alone. Randall wipes makeup off his face with a tissue.
As of right now, we have exactly 6 months, 10 days, 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 41 seconds until a comet the size of downtown Denver rips through our atmosphere and extincts all life on Earth.
When did you do those calculations?
She holds out her phone.
I put the moment of impact on a diet app. So impact is when my diet ends. Only I'm not on a diet. I'm just crying 5 times a day.
Kate begins to cry.
Hey, come on. Everyone should be panicking right now. Don't cry.
I know.
A bash push notification comes on her phone.
Oh, that prick.
We see an article on autopsy. You know the crazy girl who thinks we're all gonna die? I actually slept with her, by Philip Kaj. Randall walks over to look at her phone.
What happened?
Well, I guess my boyfriend just broke up with me.
What a day.
Randall puts his arms around Kate as she continues to cry. Bash graphics whoosh across the screen. Montage, traffic jams on the freeway. Cells multiplying, people walking through Tokyo. An ant climbs on a twig.
You're gonna die, and you're gonna die, and you're gonna die.
Cut to exterior space, a calm shot of planets in space. A large shadow darkens the view. Cut to interior CVN cable news studio. Black. We hear the audio of a major news story fading in.
It started with a photo many thought was an armpit or the chin of a man with a strange beard. What's emerging now is a scandal that may rock the
Exterior White House lawn night. A reporter, Dahlia Hensfield, 43, in front of the White House fence.
President Orleans sent her Supreme Court nominee, Sheriff Conlon, a cell phone picture of her private part.
Social media montage, shots of citizens protesting, people posting opinions on social media.
Isn't she the same person that said if poor people don't want to be poor, they should pick better lottery numbers? She actually said that.
The source also confirmed that the pair have been having an affair for years.
Exterior DC hotel night. Senator Lerner getting into a car addresses the press in a white collared shirt.
Members of my party are currently drawing up a formal censure of the president.
Interior Dr. Mindy home day. Randall is on his home computer arguing with people on Diddly, Twitter. He has grown into his daily rip look nicely.
Oh my God, honey, this guy doesn't even know what a heliocentric orbit is, and he's calling me a crackpot. He says Jewish billionaires invented the comet so the government can confiscate our liberty and our guns. Hashtag don't be scared.
Would we like to pause to see if it is me with my headphones?
It's fine.
Okay. All right. June passes by the doorway. You've been on that. Sorry, that's your line, girl.
You've been on that site a lot lately.
I've got over 250,000 subscribers. I've got to use my voice to get the truth out there, right?
I'm going for a walk if you want to come.
It's called the scientific method. It's what created the computer you're typing your half-witted conspiracy theories on. What do you think about that?
Randall!
Yeah, honey?
Someone is here to see you.
Who? Wow.
Interior, the
Suddenly
Mindy
a
living. I'm just kidding. Where am I now?
No. Suddenly a passing student.
Okay.
Oh, no, you're right. Wait, hold on.
At bottom of 4, right?
Exterior Michigan State Campus. You're right. Sorry. I should have.
Yeah, okay. All right. Exterior Michigan State Campus. Same day, same time. Kate is jogging across campus. A college girl hanging out with friends yells at her as she passes.
We're all going to die.
Fuck off, please.
Suddenly, a passing student, a blind man with a cane, a coffee vendor reveal they are undercover FBI, tackle her, and draw guns on her. FBI!
Freeze! Get on your knees! Get on your fucking knees! You're under arrest for breach of national security secrets.
Jesus Christ, you could have just called me or showed up in my apartment. What are you guys dressed up as? Why are you dressed up as a blind guy?
Exterior office for you, office building, DC, 1 hour later. Teddy Oglethorpe exits a rent-by-day office space building holding his briefcase. Suddenly, 3 black sedans screech up to the curb and FBI agents point guns at him. FBI, down on the ground!
Okay, be cool. I just have more skin pigmentation than you because your ancestors migrated to Northern Europe and developed lighter skin so as not to get vitamin.
He slowly gets on the ground. Interior, black sedan, same time. Kate is in the back seat of a black sedan driven by 2 feds. She has a hood over her head.
Unless you 2 assholes are taking me to the Batcave, fuck you for putting this hood on me.
Exterior White House, 6 hours later, night. Interior hallway outside the Oval Office, continuous. Teddy Oglethorpe, Randall, and Kate are seated in the hallway outside the Oval Office. 2 Secret Service agents stand guard. Air Force General Themes, the general from their first White House visit, walks by with 2 contractors.
Watch out for him. He'll charge you for free shit.
Jason, President Orlean's son, peeks out of the Oval Office.
Gentlemen, you can come in.
Interior Oval Office, 10 minutes later. President Orlean and Jason speak to Randall, Teddy, and Kate. Dr. Calder is also there.
I think it was Winston Churchill or maybe it was Bobby Knight, who said that the great labor of leadership, look, there are times as a leader is to lay down one's yoke of pride and admit that mistakes were made.
She exhales a plume of smoke and dies out a cigarette.
You were deceived, as was I, but the end result was we had our scientists who went to the prestigious schools of Harvard and Princeton, and they confirmed the data. So we would like to offer you a presidential apology.
Really?
And we are all fully prepared to mobilize in a historic fashion to save this planet.
Randall and Oglethorpe look to each other and let out a huge sigh, a huge relief. Everyone's celebrating.
So basically what you're saying is...
Wait, there's no need. We all get...
You're about to lose the midterms because you got caught sending pictures of your cooch to your porn star sheriff, and now suddenly it's your advantage to act on the comment.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so I'm just relieved that you guys are finally doing something. This has been really hard.
Yeah, this has been really, really stressful.
It's been a lot. I can agree.
Kate begins crying. Randall puts his hand on hers. Jason starts laughing at Kate.
I'm sorry. You just look so bad when you cry. People are going to ask, why did they act earlier? So we need you to take the hit on this.
Yeah, but we'll take care of you down the road, Jocelyn.
Of course, Janie. I'll resign in disgrace first thing tomorrow.
That's weird as hell.
Anesthesiologist.
I'm going to make a statement. A presidential statement to the American people. We're not going to tell the press about it ahead of time, so it will have the quality of breaking news.
Interior Ohio living room 2 nights later. A mom, 40s, and her teen daughter, 14, watch TV. The Bachelor type show they're watching is interrupted. Close up. TV screen. Presidential seal.
We interrupt this broadcast of Jackpot Fiancé for an emergency message from the President of the United States.
Exterior World War II battleship. Night. President Orlean at a podium in front of a World War II battleship with American flags everywhere. It's lit like a movie. Behind her are Randall, Kate, Teddy, and Jason. Jason occasionally mouths the words of the speech along with his mom.
Citizens of the United States and peoples of the world, I have just been handed scientific findings that confirm a worst-case scenario. An unprecedented comet 9 kilometers wide is now on a direct collision course with our cherished home, planet Earth. Estimated time of arrival is approximately 5 months, so we have some time.
Interior Oval Office flashback cut between planning and the execution of the media rollout.
We've already drawn up an emergency congressional spending bill.
Exterior battleship 2 nights later.
I have already put together an emergency spending package for Congress.
Interior Oval Office flashback.
That the Senate and the House both agreed upon.
It's great to hear.
Exterior battleship.
And that will enable NASA and our great military to launch a preemptive strike using decommissioned space shuttles and satellites loaded with nuclear explosive. We will knock that comet DiBiase off her course.
Interior Oval Office 2 nights prior.
We're gonna need a hero, like a pilot.
Shouldn't the mission all be done using remote technology?
Washington's always got to have a hero.
Exterior battleship 2 nights later.
I have asked Medal of Freedom recipient and outspoken patriot Benedict Drask to undertake this difficult and...
Interior Oval Office 2 nights earlier.
I'm sorry. Isn't he the mercenary gentleman who screamed at all those children on the White House lawn?
Yes, he was given the honor of leading the presidential initiative to get the kids to exercise.
Exterior White House front lawn 3 years earlier day. 100 children between the ages of 8 and 11 are doing jumping jacks on the White House front lawn while Benedict Drask, 49, leads them on.
You goddamn lard ass, you look like a bunch of pussies.
Interior Oval Office 2 nights earlier.
He's just of a different generation.
You know, I used to date him.
Huh?
Exterior White House front lawn 3 years earlier day.
What about the last pussy I worked with in combat? You ever see inside a man's torso?
Exterior battleship night. Benedict Drask stands at attention in his private military uniform and salutes.
Benedict Drask reporting for duty, sir.
The president returns the salute.
So they're saying this is a suicide mission. Well, all I ask is if I get snuffed, make sure you all earn the extra living my sacrifice gives you.
Interior Oval Office 2 nights earlier.
Earn the extra living my sacrifice gives you. God damn it, Travis.
Yes, Mr. President. My next line would be, I wrote that line for him.
Isn't that from Saving Private Ryan?
Yes.
No. It's totally different.
Your battleship, you dingus. Night time.
And special thanks goes to the team of scientists behind me.
Interior Oval Office. Flashback 2 nights prior.
Okay, we're going to need everybody's help on this. Everybody. We all have to push out this message.
Exterior battleship night.
Dr. Teddy Oglethorpe, my African-American scientist. Kate DiBiase, who the comet is named after. But please don't blame her.
Interior Oval Office. Flashback 2 nights prior.
Miss DiBiase, she connects with the disaffected youth of the mentally ill.
Thank you.
We'll do whatever we can.
As long as you do the right thing, we're there for you.
Especially you, Dr. Mindy. You pull much higher than your colleagues. It's wild.
Exterior battleship night.
And Dr. Randall Mindy. He will help us destroy our common enemy, DiBiase.
Interior Oval Office. Flashback 2 nights prior.
Wonderful. Well then, I think we're done.
Let's go.
They all stand to leave.
Can I say something?
Yeah. We've all been dying to hear what you gotta say.
I didn't vote for you, but this is obviously much, much bigger than any of my misgivings. So I will be 100% behind this effort, no matter how offensive I find you.
Wow. That's great.
You know, I was the one who told the FBI to put the sack over your head. The FBI doesn't do that. That's CIA, but I made them.
I had a feeling. I really did.
It's a good feeling because that is what I did, and it's very funny and cool.
Kate rolls her eyes just like we all do at your jokes, Travis. Exterior battleship. 2 nights later, President Orlean finishes her speech.
And may Jesus Christ bless every one of you, especially the honorable members of my party. We will prevail.
Music score, inspiring horns and timpanis. Fireworks explode off of the battleship. Interior close-up of social media feeds. Diddly feed that dissolves into friend posts that dissolves into vroom vroom, all buzzing about the comet. Is this for real? Oh my god, I'm scared. We're gonna kick this comet's ass. That Dr. Mindy is fire hot. I hate that crazy chick. God will protect us. Oh my god, you guys. This comet is like seriously stressing me out.
What's coming? People gonna dig in. We already got buyers for these shovels at the E-Market. They're $1,000 a pop.
It's a clean sweep for President Orlean.
Oh my god, I'm dead. Exterior newsstand at train station day. Magazine covers at a newsstand or online show headlines like Earth's Big Moment, Drask's Miracle Workout, or How the Comet Changes NFL Playoff Race. Newsstand guy puts out new Time magazines with a cover showing President Orlean smoking a cigarette with the headline, Smoking Hot. Another magazine with Kate on the cover. Is she to blame for the comet? And one of the Randall, America's scientist. Oh, one of Randall. America's scientist! Exterior Kennedy Space Center. Days later, I'm losing it. An old space shuttle and missiles are being towed onto the tarmac. Crews are building launch platforms. Interior Kids Show Studio Day. Randall talks to Sammy, a cute, famous kids puppet.
Hello, Dr. Mindy.
Hello, Sammy.
Are you really a doctor?
No, Sammy, I'm an astronomer.
What's an astronomer?
Interior the Daily Rip Studio Day. Randall speaks with Bree and Jack on the air.
Dr. Mindy, there's a lot of fear out there. America is around the world. Parents don't know what to say to their kids. What would you say to them to help them understand?
I'm sure many of us are frightened, but I can assure you our best and brightest are on the job. I've seen the science in this plan. and it is sound.
Oh, I know your words are great to comfort to all of our viewers, Dr. Randall. We thank you for your courage and service. I just like to say, whenever I feel afraid or alone, I think of you and I just feel better.
Randall looks down and Bree has put her hand on his thigh. He clearly has a hard-on pushing against his pants. Interior fancy hotel day. Randall and Bree, Avanti, walk down a hallway. Bree pulls Randall in for a kiss and they start having sex against the wall in a posh Manhattan hotel.
Tell me we're all gonna die.
What?
Tell me we're all gonna die. Do it.
We're all gonna die.
Oh!
Whatever gets you going, lady. Interior 24-hour gym, same time. A line of 9 gym patrons all watch the announcement on their treadmill TV screens. Interior Patriot News Studio day. Kate and Teddy are being interviewed by a Hannity-type Dan Paquetti, 55 and debating with a Texas congressman, Tennant, 76.
So these two marks just wave around the word science, and we're all supposed to do whatever they say. How do we know there even is a comet?
Mr. Paquetti, Congressman, this data has now been confirmed and peer-reviewed by hundreds of world-renowned scientists.
And we're supposed to trust you? The comet's got your name.
I don't see the relevancy. That doesn't even make sense.
Then why won't you answer the question?
Then what's the question?
Grow up here. This is ridiculous.
Interior hotel room bedroom. Night. Bree holds a glass of wine as she and Randall lay in bed post-coital.
I just realized we don't really know anything about each other.
Oh, every time I ask about your life, you tell me about your favorite restaurants.
Ugh. I despise the getting to know you part of relationships.
Oh, okay, I understand.
Okay, let's just get it all over and done with. My grandfather invented the flash freezing process, so I come from a grotesque money. But I just got away from it by getting 3 master's degrees. I've been divorced twice. One was the Secretary of State, the other was a sport fisherman. I've slept with 2 former presidents, and I speak 4 languages on 2 Monet and own 2 Monets.
Randall sits up a little straighter.
Wow, 2 former presidents. Wow. My turn. My father was a middle school geography teacher. My mother cut hair out of our kitchen. About 2 years ago, our family dog Jojo died. It was really emotional. I can't remember crying that much ever. And I finally got my Star Wars poster signed by Mark Hamill. It's in the garage.
Okay, good, that's done. Now where are we gonna go for dinner tonight?
And smash cut to exterior DC skyline. Jet planes rip across the DC sky in formation with a deafening roar. Giant letters across the screen. Launch day. Exterior launch pad continuous. 12:24 p.m. EST. 2 helicopters circle a giant modified space shuttle preparing to launch. Exterior Kennedy Space Center, same time. Massive crowd watching and cheering on the space shuttle. Score glorious.
Not since D-Day have we seen such a mass mobilization. Our unions and resources are doing the union resource thing.
Damn it, Travis. Hundreds of press report from around the world. I've just spoken to the technical liaison.
Skies are clear and the weather is temperate.
So sorry, French people. Exterior launch pad continuous. NASA van pulls up. Drask exits van heroically in a spacesuit. Interior bedroom, India, day. Close up, an Indian teen watches on his phone in bed. Interior Sudanese living room. Day, a family in the Sudan watch on TV. Interior mission control continuous.
Okay, here we go, everyone. Let's stay sharp.
And wish my script didn't do that. Okay, great, awesome. Interior White House Situation Room day. President Orlean, Randall, Jason, Kate, Teddy, Air Force General Themes, 3 other generals, and for some reason, Bree Avanti are all crouched in the Situation Room looking at monitors showing a modified space shuttle. It's surrounded by an array of satellites and other space shuttles on the launch pad at Kennedy Center.
What's the holdup, motherfuckers? Come on, let's fucking light this firecracker. You think I got all day?
Exterior Kennedy Space Center, 3 miles away, same time. 100,000 people watch from a distance with binoculars and phones raised. My dear
The
President.
unmute is helpful. Commander Drask, this is your president speaking. Your nation thanks you. Your planet thanks you. Your God, my cat, and I thank you.
All hail Starbuck. Interior shuttle continuous.
The only thanks I need is a shot of Jack Daniels and a couple of DUIs to magically go away.
Interior mission control continuous. Mission control full of techies at screens coordinate the launch.
This is Mission Control. All indicators are coming up green. This is a final warning to control the launch pad.
Interior White House Situation Room continuous.
Your discovery led to this mission and the chance to save Earth. I give you the honor.
Kate glances over at Randall. She sees he and Bree are holding hands. Randall takes an awkward sip of water.
Thank you, Madam President. Citizens of planet Earth, everything is theoretically possible until it is done. And with that, we are a go for launch.
The room applauds. Peter Isherwell, CEO of BASH, enters the room.
Hello. Oh, Bree. You look fabulous, as always.
Should he be in here?
Yes, Peter's Platinum Eagle donor to the campaign. He has full clearance. Molly's kicking in. I timed that shit perfect.
3, 2, 1. Liftoff.
Exterior Kennedy Space Center, same time. Yay! The shuttles and satellites shoot bright yellow and red flame as they battle against the pull of gravity. Interior shuttle continuous.
I'm from Alabama with the banjo on my knee. Hey!
Interior White House Situation Room, same time. Everyone cheers and half fives.
Didn't lose any satellites. Margin of error was for 2 malfunctions.
Madam President, can I speak to you outside for 1 second?
She's engrossed by the screen showing liftoff.
The success probability has already increased to 81%.
Janine, now.
Oh, I'm sorry, of course, Peter.
Interior shuttle cockpit, the upper atmosphere, same time. Drask shakes and rattles in the cockpit.
And a big hello to that beautiful blue ball we call home. All those hard-working white folks. God bless you.
Interior White House Situation Room, same time. The room listens uncomfortably.
It's just a different generation.
Interior shuttle cockpit, the upper atmosphere, same time.
I also want to say hello to all the Indians out there. Both kinds. You know, the ones with the elephant, the ones with the bow and arrow. Hey, why haven't you guys ever teamed up? How cool would that be? I also want to say hi to all the gays out there.
Commander, booster ejection is imminent.
Roger that.
Interior pickup truck day. A Mexican father, 51, and son, 17, watch the launch on a cell in their truck behind a warehouse. Interior White House Situation Room, same time. The shuttles and satellites approach the outer atmosphere.
Et les anglais semblant vers le ciel.
That French?
Yes, it means. And the angels soar to the heavens. It's from a 14th century French poem I studied in Dartmouth. Watching this made me think of it. And you.
Bree and Randall kiss. The room clocks it. Kate stares at him, hard. But then President Orlean walks back in looking solemn.
Everyone, I've just received some critical information concerning our mission.
Cut to exterior Kennedy Space Center. Same time. Massive crowd watching and cheering on the space shuttle. Although it's just a flaming speck in the sky, we see slowly but surely that the lead space shuttle begins turning. The crowd begins to chatter.
Hey, it looks like it's turning around.
Yeah. No, it's you.
Okay, no, it's not. I mean, it's a course correction. It's pretty standard. I was in the Navy. Nope, it's turning around.
No, it's turning around.
And now it's fully headed back to Earth along with the other shuttles and satellites. Suck it, random guy. The crowd and crowds across the world are silent and confused.
There seems to be a confusion. I'm not gonna lie to you. This reporter is at a loss for words. It's definitely turning around.
Interior Mission Control. Mission Coordinator turns around in his seat and addresses the rest of his team.
Does anyone know what the fuck just happened?
Cut 2, Interior White House office. 2 hours later, Teddy, Randall, and Kate are in a generic office. Teddy tries the door.
Still locked.
I don't understand what could have happened. The mission was working. Everything was on track.
It could have been anything. Guidance system could have malfunctioned, nukes destabilized, a myriad of things.
Who was that man who walked in when we were in the Situation Room? He looked familiar.
That was Peter Isherwell, CEO of Bash, and the third richest human ever.
He's the guy that bought the Gutenberg Bible and then lost it.
The door opens. It's Jason.
So sorry to keep you waiting, but the situation is extremely fluid. Okay, Dr. Randall, you're now Chief Science Advisor to the White House.
What?
Yeah, and as such, we need you for an emergency cabinet meeting right now where you'll be fully debriefed.
What about us?
You don't have the clearance for this, sweetheart. Don't trip. You got some snacks, waters, have fun.
Jason tosses everything on the floor.
You don't need to throw it on the floor.
It'll be 3 to 4 hours tops.
What if we have to go to the bathroom?
Well, lay out some newspapers for you. Grab you a can of Febreze.
I'll be back.
Science tells the truth, Randall.
Jason begins to shut the door and then stops himself.
You want to come?
Yes.
Jason slams the door in her face. Douche canoe. Interior Cabinet Room. 20 minutes later, President Orlean presides over a full cabinet meeting with Randall, Jason, several generals in attendance. Peter Isherwell stands behind the president.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, what the world thought was an impending and, let's face it, terrifying danger is actually an astonishing opportunity. Our allies are very confused and demanding answers, Madam President. Tell them to wait. According to the most recent spectrometer reading of the comet Dibiasky made by astrogeologists at Bash Cellular, we have discovered something truly miraculous. Peter?
Thank you, Janine. As some of you know, the most valuable minerals in the world are fast becoming the ones used to make cell phones and computers. Yttrium, terbium, osmium, dysprosium, and on and on. We're running short. And the problem is exacerbated because China has their big panda paw firmly on almost all the mines that produce these valuable rare earth assets. So you can imagine, wow, just how happy we were at Bash when our astrogeologists found that this comet hurtling towards Earth actually contains at least $32 trillion of these critical minerals.
I'm sorry. Is that why you aborted this entire mission? Because you're trying to mine the comet?
Oh, Dr. Mindy, I think we should hold all questions to the end of the presentation. You might find that your questions are answered.
Yes, Madam President.
When other metals are factored in, this comet contains almost $140 trillion worth of assets.
There's some muttering and oohs and ahs in the room.
Ooh. $140 trillion.
But what does any of this matter if we're all going to die?
I was about to ask the same question, Jane.
Oh no! What if we're all rich, and we're
Interior White House office, same time. Teddy and Kate have eaten the cheese bits and drank the water. They stare off, half asleep and half stricken with stress.
I've gone over it again and again in my head, and I still don't get it. He's a 3-star general. He works at the Pentagon. Why would he charge us for free snacks?
One time I met Sting, and I swear to God, he farted right in front of me. Didn't even break eye contact, and didn't even say, "Excuse me." Thing is, he actually pulled it off, because I still found him to be quite charming.
The door opens. It's Randall.
Guys, let's go. We have to go now.
Exterior, Bojo Mambo Shrimp, an hour later, night. Interior, Bojo Mambo Shrimp, continuous, seafood, cocktails. It's Bojo Mambo's. You know the vibe.
That's insane. completely insane.
I had the exact same reaction.
This is a 9-kilometer wide planet killer, and we're talking about not roaming charges?
I'm as concerned and enraged as you, but they've got Gary Talcomont out of Stanford and Lisa Inez from Princeton on the team. This is cutting edge next generation technology they've created.
Interior cabinet room earlier. Isherwell, Dr. Inez, Dr. Talcomont, and a bash designer show an impressive, yes, Carol Channing making an appearance again. Animation of featuring dozens of drones with drill tips and explosive charges. President Orlean vapes while she listens.
Obviously, one giant comet is a major and existential threat to our planet, but 30 smaller meteoroids we can handle. Our beads, which stands for Bash, Explore, and Acquire drones, will attach to the comet and scan using nanotechnology developed by Nobel Prize winner Dr. Gary Talcomont here. And when we then will deploy the Nobel and Plofkovsky Prize-winning scientist Dr. Inez micro-targeted quantum fission explosives deep into the object. Dr. Inez, would you like to explain?
Comet has been scanned on a 3D grid. In the animation, the drones attach using their drill bits and blam!
Thank you, Peter. We've been developing phase fission reaction in the CERN particle accelerator that can splinter the comet into smaller pieces with breathtaking accuracy. These segments are then steered and decelerated by each bead into the Pacific Ocean for reclamation by waiting U.S. Navy ships.
The animated drones then individually steer each piece of the comet into the Pacific Ocean, making a simple splash.
And when these treasures from heaven, when they're claimed, poverty, as we know it, social injustice, loss of biodiversity, all these multitudes of problems will become relics of the past, and humanity will stride through the pillars of Bose and Jackson, naked into the glory of a golden age.
Interior Bojo Mambo's Shrimp Restaurant, continuous.
And is this nanotech work peer reviewed?
I need to review the data, but it's been modeled.
Has any of this been reviewed?
No.
Interior cabinet room earlier.
Interplanetary, interstellar, intergalactic existence for the human race.
The room applauds. Interior Bojo Mambo's Shrimp Restaurant, continuous.
I understand the wealth that they could extract from this comet. It could end world hunger or...
Kate begins to laugh.
Oh, I see.
Why are you laughing?
That's the pretty bow they're putting on this line of bullshit.
I bet they'll say freedom and puppies too.
Look, you want me to quit the mission? Okay, I'll quit the mission. But you have to understand this is now beyond our control. They have all the power. So who do you want in the actual room to make sure this whole thing doesn't turn out to be a complete goddamn disaster?
I have news for you. It's already a complete disaster. They're about to let a comet the size of a mountain hit the planet to jack up cell phone company stock.
Everyone at the bar and tables nearby is now looking at them.
You gotta take it down like about 4 or 5 notches now, Red.
The waitress, 23, comes over.
Were you just yelling about why they turned the mission around? Why are you talking about cell phones?
My friend was just theorizing as to what's going on. We're confused too.
That's an official looking White House badge you have on.
Randall's still wearing his White House laminate ID.
Oh, I don't know why I have this on.
Randall quickly takes off the badge.
Just tell us what's going on.
Another guy from the bar comes over.
I got 3 scared kids at home. How about you just tell us something?
A nearby diner turns from a table near them.
I understand. I wish I could share information, but...
We're people just like you. We deserve to know.
They're right. They deserve to know. You want to know what's really going on? Does everyone really want to know what's going on?
Now the whole restaurant is listening.
Kate, don't.
They found a bunch of gold and diamonds and rare shit on the comet, and now they're going to let it hit Earth to make a bunch of rich people even more disgustingly rich.
Everyone freezes. What the hell does anybody do with that information? Cut to exterior Bojo Mambo Shrimp. 20 minutes later, people are smashing out the windows on the restaurant. 4 cop cars are there with lights flashing. There's a dumpster and a car on fire.
Fuck
you!
you!
Oh my god!
I hate Jeffrey Bezos. Customers fight with cops. Others loot and drink free liquor. Yay! Kate is in the back of a black sedan with a hood over her head. Teddy and Randall talk to her through the car window.
I tried everything I could. They won't listen.
Surprise, surprise.
I'm starting to think you just like riling people up.
I'm so sorry, Kate. Really, I am.
Oh, Randall, God, where's Bree Eventy? Shouldn't you guys be playing footsie at the restaurant that only serves cubes and foam?
Well, she ain't wrong. You did lose the thread in a big way.
And what do you suggest we do? An online petition? Huh? You want to get a mob and hold up picket signs? You want to overthrow the government? I mean, look at this.
I can't. My head is in a bag.
Federal agent approaches. I'm sorry, Dr. Mindy.
I'm sorry, Dr. Mindy. White House wants her off the grid.
Wait, what does that mean? What the hell does that mean?
The car drives away. Teddy walks away from Randall.
Kate. Oh, gosh, Kate, are you okay?
People are shouting in the streets.
Teddy, come on. What choice do I have?
A man's always got choices. Sometimes you just gotta choose the good one.
Exterior Scott Air Force Base, St. Clair, Illinois, morning. The hood is removed from Kate's head, revealing she is in a small office with an Air Force base outside the window. A Justice Department attorney, 41, is in front of her with 2 soldiers behind him. He reads a written statement.
Miss Caitlin DiBiase, the charges against you are a violation of national security secrets, inciting a riot, and destruction of private property owned by Bojo Mambo Shrimp LLC.
But I didn't...
However, the Attorney General is willing to not pursue prosecution if you will agree to the following: a suspension of all public media appearances and incendiary language relating to Comet DiBiase and Bash Cellular.
Fine, give it to me. I don't give a shit anymore.
She signs the agreement. Cut to exterior Illinois highway. Day. Kate is now in the back of a cargo van. Sans hood, driving along a 4-lane highway. Exterior lower middle class Illinois home. Desk. Kate's van pulls away as snow falls. She goes up to the front door of a modest home and knocks. Her mom and dad, mid-50s and clearly traumatized by all of this, open the door.
Mom, Dad, I'm so glad to be home.
But they don't open the door.
Open the door. Dad?
No politics. None.
What are you talking about?
Your dad and I are for the jobs the Comet will provide.
The division in this country is bad enough. We don't want more of that shit in our house. Oh, that hit too real. Interior middle class kitchen. Day. TV commercial. A worried housewife is in a kitchen. Her children run past. Music like a pharma ad. Contemplative yet hopeful. Noah, slow down, kids. I worry about my kids and their future. Sure, the jobs and the Comet will create sound great, but what if it's not safe? Randall enters in a sweater and suit jacket. He is now fully a star. L3, Dr. Randall Mindy, Senior White House Science Advisor.
Right now, millions of you are having these same questions and doubts about the approaching comet. That's why Bash Cellular, in conjunction with the U.S. government, is creating a new hotline, free of charge to answer your questions. And who knows, maybe, just maybe, one of our scientists.
The housewife is already on the phone talking and even smiles a little. Thank you, Sharon. That makes me feel so much better.
Can be that friend we all need to lean on during uncertain times.
Call 1-254-63-COMET for peace of mind. Offer only available to Bash customers. Details of your call may be shared with other subsidiaries to enhance your customer experience. Data and roaming charges may apply.
Cut to interior the Washington, D.C. Hyatt. A few nights later, A big, impressive suite with the lights out. We hear laughter and the door opens. It's Randall in a tuxedo and Bree Evanti in a stunning gown.
This is going to be fun. I'm going to talk to myself. So, I thought it was the ambassador. I was flattering him.
Well, he was the waiter, and now he's got an eagle the size of Texas.
They turn on the lights. June, Randall's wife, is on the couch with a bag of luggage next to her.
Oh my God, June, what are you doing here, sweetie?
I had a feeling something was going on.
Well, you know, we're discussing important business. That's what we're doing.
Oh, yeah? That's what's really important. Can we just skip past this whole part, please, where you get to feel self-righteous and we put our tails between our legs? It's so boring. You want to skip the part where you feel bad for screwing my husband? Oh. I don't feel bad. Randall and I are having a wonderful time. So I think the question is, do we keep having a wonderful time, or does he go back with you to Wisconsin or Montana or Michigan?
Michigan.
You know what? She's actually right. This is the only question, so...
Well, June, sweetie, sometimes things in life, they're, complicated, and they just...
Oh, okay. Just that was fast. Before I go, let me give you some instructions on how to take care of Randall.
She comes out of the bathroom holding a bunch of prescription pill bottles.
Here's the Xanax he takes us for his panic attacks.
She throws the bottle at them. Pills fly everywhere.
Here's the Zoloft he takes to curb the crashing depressions.
Not so much recently.
Bottle. Pills.
Oh, good for you. This is for his blood pressure, restless leg syndrome. Appetite suppressant to counteract his appetite gain from his other meds. Oh, yeah! And for America's sexiest scientist, the bottle of Cialis.
That hit him right in the head.
Goodbye, Randall. I'll tell your son's dad's fucking the lady on your television.
June, I
really thought for a second that was going to work out.
They're gone. Cut to interior Drink Mosto, Illinois. Continuous. Kate, now a cashier at a giant Drink Mo, watches a CBN show. Philip Kaj is a guest on the show.
People, they want to manage the comet to create jobs. 37% don't want the comet to hit. That's actually down by 3 points. And 23%, they don't think there's a comet at all. And that number is way up. Not Bitcoin, Ratcoin.
A skater punk, 24, with 2 friends. One of them wears a Misfits jacket, and they all have stickers and hand-drawn stuff on their clothes. The main guy, Yule, has half his hair cut off.
Like to buy these sunglasses. You that girl from live TV who said we're all gonna die?
No. What's your purchase?
He holds up his phone to her face. His lock screen is a meme of Kate from the Daily Rip.
Yeah, that's you. It's definitely you.
Yup, that's me.
Legend. Word is Bond.
I've got a picture of you on my board.
He's got a picture of you on his fucking board.
Great. What's your purchase? If you don't have one, you need to make room for the next customer in line.
There's no next customer.
Could I touch your hair in a non-sexual way?
Get the fuck away from me.
Oh, dude, have some. Call Diago. He'll freak out. Well, we'll say hi to my. Will you say hi to my friend? Dude, he's obsessed with you. We love you. We don't can't stand Arlene either.
His friend dials Diogo on FaceTime.
Yo, shut the fuck up. Check out who we're with. What up? We have a purchase, which is a metaphor on...
Yule holds open his jacket to reveal 4 bottles of expensive vodka they shoplifted.
Cash?
Back to the CBN show. Kate turns around to listen.
Also, Philip, I've been told that you wrote a book about your past relationship with Kate DiBiase.
Funny you should ask that. I'm actually working on that now. It's going to be called a brush with the devil, and it's calling security or something with your eyes.
No, you're free to go.
Just like that? You don't give a shit, do you?
Sure, I do. I care about the Drinkmo guarantee of quality service.
We don't give a shit either.
Not a single sheet.
Man. We hang a board behind the abandoned Burger Crown from 7 to whenever. You should come hang if you want. If you're not a fucking pussy.
Kate doesn't respond.
Fuck. Okay, thanks.
Yule closes his jacket and they walk away. Kate watches them go but says nothing about the stolen liquor. The TV plays in the background. Cut to exterior Bash airplane hangar. Same time, incomplete drones with drilling arms and warheads on them are being wheeled around the massive launch pad. Randall and President Orlean land in a helicopter and walk over to her hangar. A giant bead drone is in front of them.
Okay, let me introduce you to mankind's savior, the Bash Explore and Acquire drone.
Wow, it's incredible.
It's incredible, isn't it? I call this one Primo the First. He's like my first child. Primo, my boy, this is your father, Kronos. Don't be shy. Come on. You're going to be a god in the sky.
Are you at all concerned about the sink on the bead explosions? There are studies that show that the comet...
No, doctor, there's always questions and fears and,
Randall takes some papers from his jacket, hands them to Isherwell.
All right, I have a report here from a Dr. Inez. If you just take a look at this study.
Oh, thanks.
Listen, a lot of my colleagues have either been removed or resigned from this project, apparently for asking too many questions about this mission here. So I just want to make sure that you're open to the scientific peer review process and you're not approaching this entire mission like a businessman.
What did you say?
I want to know if you're...
Beat. Uh-oh. Wrong thing to say. A hint of anger flashes in Isherwell's eyes.
Did you just call me a businessman?
Well, you do own a corporate...
You think I'm just a businessman? Do you know me, doctor? Business. This is evolution. This is the evolution of the human species. What are you doing, Brian? Did you know that Bash has over 40 million data points on you and every decision you have made since 1994, doctor? I know when you have colon polyps months before your doctor does. You got 4 or 5 at the moment, actually. They're not of concern, but you should have a checkup as soon as you can. But more importantly than that, much more importantly, I know what you are. I know who you are. My algorithm to determine 8 fundamental consumer profile types. You are a lifestyle idealist. You think you're motivated by beliefs, high ethical beliefs, but you just run towards pleasure and away from pain. Like a field mouse.
I just want to make sure the science is sound on this project. I hope you understand.
Isherwell gets right in Randall's face.
Our algorithms can predict how you'll die with up to 96% accuracy. I looked you up after we first met. Your death was so unremarkable and boring. I can't even remember what it said, apart from one thing. You're gonna die alone.
Randall shakes his head.
Alone. Now, if you'll excuse me, Madam President, I've got some work to do.
Madam President, I can't hear you.
What the hell are you doing? My God, don't interrupt me.
I'm just trying to do my job.
You! Just so lucky Peter adores you.
President Orlean lights up a cigarette with a giant, highly flammable warning sign behind her.
I wouldn't...
You are with the grown-ups now, Randall.
Cut to exterior Old Burger Crown parking lot that night. About a dozen kids ages 16 to 25 are skateboarding and drinking with music blaring. Yule sits next to Kate, who is drinking a beer.
Heard today on the corporate-owned news, Bash got Orlean to pay the Chilean government, if I'm correct, $90 billion to let tsunami hit off the coast of the country. Sound right to you?
You know, Isherwell built an underground bunker for him and all of his executives.
No, I heard they're like building an escape ship.
You guys, the truth is way more depressing. They're not even smart enough to be as evil as you're giving them credit for.
Yule, clearly enamored, leans over and kisses Kate. She pushes him back.
Oh, no.
More teens skateboard and a guy throws a glass bottle against the wall. Yule punches the air in frustration.
Fuck! Drive me fucking crazy, Kate.
Fuck it, we're all gonna die.
They make out as the hardcore music plays and more kids break light tubes. Interior, Kate's Diet app. Close-up of Kate's Diet app countdown showing 25 days until diet ends. Interior makeup room, the Daily Rip, 2 days later. Close-up of Randall's face as makeup is being applied and hair is being styled. For the first time in a while, he looks anxious. We hear the show from the monitor.
The movie will be released today. That some believe Comet Dibiaski will impact the planet. And earlier word is it's already a classic.
Oh, yes, and what a stellar cast. I've always loved Devin Peters. He's great in everything he does. What's it called again?
Interior, the Daily Rip Studio Continuous. Show is in progress with Bree and Jack hosting.
It's called Total Devastation. It cost $300 million to make. I mean, these movies.
It's more than you earned.
Oh my gosh! I think I fell off my dinosaur. Tell me about it. And my friend Farley saw it. And it says it's a ton of fun.
Did you say dinosaur? Oh, right. Well, what Farley says goes. But first, you can tell by my smile that America's sexiest scientist is here. Dr. Randall. Welcome.
Randall seems tense and awkward. The studio lights somehow brighter.
Dr. Randall, how are you, sir?
Good. Gooder than good.
Tiny awkward beat. Tepid laughs from the crew.
Sorry. Just a little taken aback by Dr. Randall. So, Randall, we're hearing there's no comet and that there is a comet, but it's a good thing, or maybe it's a bad thing. I'm so confused. Oh, so could you please help us out here? Oh, wise scientist.
Well, first and foremost, Bree, there most certainly is a comet.
All right.
And we know that there's a comet because we have the data. There has been growing concern within the scientific community as of late. You see, the peer review process is absolutely essential.
Well, listen. If Bash's stock is any indicator, then we don't have to worry about the peer review. It's going gangbusters. And listen, full disclosure, I bought as many shares as I could. I advise you to do the same.
You are such a shameless capitalist.
Oh, you make me laugh, and my money. Oh, said to the woman who will be in the brand new hot tub on my back deck when I put it in.
Oh, he knows me too well. Dr. Randall, are you sure you're okay? Do you want a glass of water?
I don't feel so well.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to go to a commercial and come back.
No, please, Bree, don't cut away. Let me say something.
Well, you came to the right place because on this show, we like to say things.
Would you please stop being so fucking pleasant?
Oh.
I'm sorry. Not everything needs to sound so goddamn clever or charming or likable all the time. Sometimes we just need to be able to say things to one another. We need to hear things. Look, let's establish once again that there is a huge comet headed towards Earth. And the reason we know that there is a comet is because we saw it. We saw it with our own eyes using a telescope. I mean, for God's sakes, we took a fucking picture of it. What other proof do we need? And if we can't all agree at the bare minimum that a giant comet the size of Mount Everest hurtling its way towards planet Earth is not a fucking good thing, then what the hell happened to us? I mean, my God, how do we even talk to each other? What have we done to ourselves? How do we fix it? We should have deflected this comment when we had the fucking chance, but we didn't do it. I don't know why we didn't do it.
Bree, Jack, and the crew stare at Randall with concern.
And now they're actually firing scientists like me for speaking out, for opposing them. And I'm sure many of the people out there aren't even going to listen to what I just said because they have their own political ideology. But I assure you, I am not on one side or the other. I'm just telling you the fucking truth.
Oh, I think this would be a good time to establish that Ishuel and the president, that there's benefits to be had.
All right. Well, the president of the United States is fucking lying. Look, I'm just like all of you. I hope to God that this president knows what she's doing. I hope she's got us all taken care of. But the truth is, I think this whole administration has completely lost their fucking mind. And I think we're all going to die. Look, I just want to go home. I just want to go home more than anything. But if there's one thing that I pray that all of you hear from what I have just said is that all of us.
Exterior studio moments later. Randall is in the back of an FBI unmarked sedan with a hood over his head. Bree Avanti gets in the back seat.
Why did you do that? I really liked you. I despise most people.
You know, I really thought I loved you.
Really? Wow. That's wild.
FBI agent gets open Bree's door. Ma'am, you need to go. You need to get this man off the grid. Beat as Bree stares at the hooded Randall.
Are you still there?
No.
She gets out of the car. Cut to exterior roof of a closed Burger King. 2 nights later. Kate and Yule lay on the roof looking at the stars with a six-pack.
I mean, maybe he just gets off on power. Any kind of power. It's like, he knew eventually that I was going to find out that the snacks were free. You know what I mean? This was just a power play.
Yeah, guys are weird. I'm starting to think that all this end of the world stuff is bullshit.
Well, it's not. It's definitely happening. I've seen it.
I feel like if God wanted to destroy the Earth, he would destroy the Earth.
You believe in God?
Parents raised me evangelical. I hate them. But I found my own way to it. My own relationship. I'd appreciate it if you didn't advertise it, though.
I won't tell anybody. I think it's kind of sweet.
Want to make out?
Yeah, why not?
Can you not say, why not? It makes me feel like you don't want it. It's shitty.
Sure, whatever.
That's better.
They kiss. Exterior East Lansing busy road. Same time, Randall is in a crappy Honda driving with a whip, Uber light on his dashboard, listening to Troubadour by George Strait and eating chips. Exterior abandoned Burger King roof. Continuous. Jesus, Jen. Kate and Yule are making out, and while they do, Kate looks up in the sky and sees something. A twinkle.
Oh my god.
She pushes him off.
Oh my god, that's it. That's the comet right there.
What? Where?
That's the Big Dipper. That's Venus. There's the North Star. Well, what is that?
Oh, shit.
Exterior East Lansing busy road. Continuous. Suddenly, Randall sees something above him and stops his car.
What the hell?
Cars honk as Randall gets out and looks up at the night sky. He sees the twinkling comet.
There it is. There you are. There you are. Is anyone else seeing this? That's it. That's the comet. Look, it's right there.
Cars are honking at Randall. People slowly get out of their cars and look at the sky in quiet wonderment. Randall gets on his phone and dials. People keep staring at the small but bright fleck of the comet in the sky. Exterior abandoned Burger King roof. Continuous.
So that's really it? God, I just got really scared.
Exactly.
She takes out her phone and picks up the call. Intercut between Kate and Randall on their phones.
Dr. Mindy.
Kate.
Doc, do you see it?
I'm looking at it right now, too. It's unbelievable. It's horrific and it's beautiful at the same time. We've been trying to tell you. We tried to tell you this whole time. It's right there. It's right there, Kate.
Where are you?
I'm in Lansing, Michigan, trying to fix things with June, but she won't talk to me. Where are you? I'm going to come find you, okay?
Well, I'm in Illinois. I can be ready by tomorrow. Yeah, I'm...
Dearest Father, as a sinner, I come to you for your grace and guidance.
They're finally seeing it. They're finally seeing it. There it is.
Montage. The bright flash of the comet fills the screen. A woman in a coffee shop looks up in awe. The side profile of a statue. 2 hippos play fighting. A baby cooing. Crowd at a religious temple praying. Cut to interior diddly feed. Day. A video with Kate and Randall talking right into camera is being rediddled like crazy. 100,000 shares. 1 million. 5 million.
Go outside, into your yard, on your roof, on your sidewalk, and just look up into the sky.
The star is going to appear fuzzy. It's got a long streak coming off of it. That's the comet's tail.
It's real, and it's coming. If anyone tells you any different, they're full of shit. Just look up into the sky.
More videos. Other videos from around the world are posted on Diddly, Vroom Vroom, Friend Post, urging people to just look up.
Guys, please just look up, okay? Screw the manatees and just look up.
Shall we go for it? People yell into their cell phones.
Just look
up.
Look up!
Just look up.
Hearts, thumbs up, thumbs down, shares, smiley faces are clicked and dinged, and comments and articles and shoot around the world. Holy shit, it's real! Autopsy. President Orlean plays defense on the comet. Anyone else shitting themselves? Interior Kid Show Studio Day. Randall is with Sammy, the puppet, and 2 child actors.
Dr. Mindy, the president's plan to save Earth and make it so that we can all have a home is going to work, right?
Every single man, woman, and child on this planet is going to die.
I don't like him. He makes me sad.
Well, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, this is not what we rehearsed.
Kids, listen. You tell your parents that President Orlean and Isherwell are sociopaths and fascists.
Interior rally in a giant basketball stadium. Night. President Orlean is on stage, speaking to a crowd of 20,000 supporters. Cheers and applause fill the stadium.
You know why they want you to look up? Do you know why? Because they want you to be afraid. They want you to look up because they are looking down their noses at you. They think they're better than you.
Interior computer screen. Day. Videos pop up on Vroom Vroom and a variety of other sites.
Don't look up! Don't look up! Don't look
I want to
up!
rob you of your freedom and your diddly, and that's a fact.
Don't
Don't
look
look
up!
up!
Don't look
Don't
up.
Look up!
Don't
Look up!
A live stream flooded with comments pops up with famous celebrity Raghav. The US President Orlean has not included India or any other nation in the world to be a part of this mission. Video of dude on Diddly pops back up holding the magazine with Randall on the cover.
This dude is a known pornographer named Kippy in the diddly.
Another Diddly squat, shut up. Anyway, another Diddly video pops up of the French Prime Minister.
The United Nations has been considering its own deflative mission.
Back to Raghav. Just look up for fuck's sake! Ugh, interior movie junket day. Devin Peters talks to an entertainment journalist with a total devastation poster behind him.
Now, I know a lot of Hollywood is supporting the Just Look Up movement, but I haven't seen a pin like that. Mr. Peters, Devin.
I think I forgot to cast Devin.
I can be your
So,
Peters.
Pardon me.
Devin?
Yeah, this pinpoints up and down because I think as a country we need to stop arguing and virtue signaling just to get along.
It's so refreshing. I think we're all tired of politics.
Yeah, that's why we made Total Devastation. It's for everyone, you know? It's a popcorn movie.
Interior rally in giant basketball stadium. Night. President Orlean is still on stage.
You keep your eye on the road ahead and you put your head down and you put one foot in front of the other step by step, day by day.
Exterior stadium night. The sign outside of the stadium reads, "The for real last concert to save the world." Randall and Kate speak into the mic to 120,000 fans cheering.
So we want to say something loud and clear. There is no safe way to bring this comet back to Earth and exploit it for profit. It cannot be done. Nations of the world, defy Orlean and Bash. Launch your own nuclear deflection mission now and save this planet.
And now, Riley Bina with her special guests.
Yeah, I forgot the name. Thank you.
Cheering, lights come up. There's a live stream comments that pop up on the screen. Crowd goes crazy. Riley Bina is there. Damn it, Jen. Figure out your own name with her band and stunning outfit floating down onto the stage. They kick into an original song, Just Look Up. Kate and Randall watch from just off stage. Interior rally in giant basketball stadium night. President Orlean is still on stage. Jason, yep, Carol Channing's back and he's speaking to the crowd.
Thank you, Carol Channing. Is that a rockin' solid 10 smoke show of president or what? Now, if she wasn't my mother, there's 3 types of American people. There are you, the working class, us, the cool rich people who are clearly not going to get taxed that bad, and then them. I'm sorry, but we need them. We need them because you build us up to fight them. The working class, the lower. You understand? You don't understand?
No, I don't get it.
Do you understand? I'm talking about nutritionists. I'm talking about personal trainers, people at the spa, the Kardashians, but not the ones that check you and not the masseuses, but they walk you down the corridor. They're there. They're spying you up.
Exterior stadium night. Original song Just Look Up continues. DJ Cello enters the stage to rap his verse. Interior College campus day. Dr. Oglethorpe and a crowd of students protest in the hallway of an administrative building.
Divest from Bash, win!
Divest now!
Divest from Bash, win!
Divest now! Teddy gets escorted out by campus police.
We will not be quiet!
Exterior stadium night. Original song Just Look Up continues. DJ Cello wraps up his verse and Riley sings The Bridge. Exterior bank night. Cut to Kate and Yule spray painting Just Look Up on the window of a bank as the song continues. Cut to interior Just Look Up headquarters. 3 days later, Dr. Oglethorpe picks up a call.
Hey, good afternoon, Adam. What do I have the pleasure of this call?
His face falls.
What time?
Quick cut to VT. Helicopter footage of a giant cloud over a Russian base.
Well, thank you for calling.
He hangs up, a grim look on his face. The rest of the team continues to work. Kate looks up and walks over.
What?
Randall walks up.
Orlean and Bash cut Russia, India, and China out of the rights for the minerals. So they tried their own joint deflection mission. Approximately 40 minutes ago, a massive explosion was detected at the Russians' Baikonur launch complex. It looks like the mission failed.
The bustling office goes quiet.
That's it?
Wait, what do you mean, that's it, Teddy?
There's still the Bash mission. It's all we have now.
Randall walks away from Kate and Dr. Oglethorpe.
Fuck!
Exterior Don't Look Up rally. Great Lawn, D.C. that night. Congressman Tennant with Dan Pockety, Jason Orlean, and Kid Rock look-alike speak to a giant crowd wearing the Don't Look Up red, white, and blue cape.
These Just Look Uppers want millions of illegal Chileans to come across the border. Don't look up. Don't look up.
Crane arm down to one loyal supporter, early 20s in a Don't Look Up hat, as he looks back up over his shoulder for just a second.
What? What the hell is that?
Crowd hushes and starts to turn around and look up. In the sky is a giant glowing ball, a fifth the size of the moon.
Fucking lied to us!
Crowd starts to murmur. Jason runs up to the mic.
Hey, the president just texted me. She said, don't trip. It's all good. Don't trip.
The crowd shouts out and boos over him. A bottle hits Jason in the head, cutting him. More bottles and caps start to rain down.
Oh, you cut my face, you fucking rednecks.
Jason storms off stage, clutching his face. Exterior highway. 2 days later, Randall, Kate, and Yule drive back to the Midwest. The highway is completely empty. A pack of deer sprint across.
Man, there's been a car in like an hour.
Everyone's watching the Bash launch.
And what are we doing again?
I already told you, we're gonna go buy some groceries.
Music, Till Then by the Mills Brothers, plays on the radio. Randall turns it up.
The Mills Brothers, great band. You know, Duke Ellington found this band. I think they were originally called the Four Kings of Harmony.
The song continues as they listen silently.
Till Then, this is the song. It's about soldiers going off to World War II and thinking about home. Listen to this part.
Song plays. Randall recites the lyrics.
Although there are oceans we must cross and mountains that we must climb, I know every gain must have a loss. So pray that our loss is nothing but time.
Kate, I gotta ask you something.
What?
Dr. Mindy, can I be vulnerable in your car?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I've met a lot of people. I've never met anyone like you. And I feel a connection to you on a level that I don't know. I haven't felt with anyone else. And going out on a limb, but would you want to spend more time together? Maybe get engaged or something? Are you laughing? No.
I'm smiling. Well, sure. Why not?
Wow. Well, this is sweet. This is pretty sweet.
Quick cut to a close-up of the comet hurtling over the screen. Interior Bash Launch Center, same time. President Orlean, Jason, and Peter Isherwell in the command center.
As you read the tea leaves for Dr. Mindy, you showed him the algorithm. You really shook him with that information. How is he going to die?
Yeah, it is shaking.
It got me so excited to know about my own death. I don't think I want to know. Yes, I do. I want to know.
You're going to be eaten by a Brontarock. We don't know what it means.
What?
A Brontarock.
Oh.
The flight director calls out the mission.
Okay, people, we have clear skies and are a go for the bead launch. Madam President?
Citizens of planet Earth, now.
Interior Supermarket, Michigan, same time. Randall, Kate, and Ewell are grocery shopping.
Oh, look at this, Kate. They have wild salmon. Look at the difference between that and the farm-raised stuff. You see how that looks just, I don't know, it looks fake, right? Why don't you go find some, what are the little potatoes called, the tiny ones?
Fingerling potatoes?
Yeah, let's get...
I fucking love fingerling potatoes!
Interior Bash Launch Center, same time.
Do you want to say something too?
Yeah. What up, world? Jason Orlean, Chief of Staff, United States. I've been noticing a lot of prayers recently for people during this time, and I commend that, yeah. But I also want to give a prayer for stuff that there's dope stuff, dope, like material stuff, like sick apartments and cars and clothes and shit.
Cut to a U.S. soldier watching on a small TV, then to a family in a modest kitchen with a TV that is staticky.
That could all go away, and I don't want to see that stuff go away.
A giant crowd watches a projected screen of the launch in a park.
So I'm gonna say a prayer for that stuff. Amen, yo.
Interior lower middle class home, Georgia, dusk. A family of 5 watches TV with a grim seriousness.
Just a quiet trepidation among this much smaller crowd. I can hear the sounds of some people praying.
Interior Bash Launch Center, same time.
Okay, Anderson. Let's go get it.
Yes, sir. Here we go, people. 10, 9, 8.
Quick cuts to a woman watching her TV on the verge of tears. Another woman looks up into the sky. Cars honk. A baby cries. A full church of people pray. A street riot. Exterior, the Mindy home, Lansing, Michigan, night. Randall, with Kate and Ewell behind him carrying lots of groceries, approaches family home. He knocks. June answers the door and sees Randall.
Hey.
Hi.
Interior Bash Launch Center, moments later.
Lift off.
Monitors show the bead drones lift off. President Orlean and Jason watch in awe. Exterior, the Mindy home, Lansing, Michigan, night.
We got some groceries.
Interior Bash Launch Center, same time. Monitors show that the bead drone's flames under tail lifting off. One screen shows a drone explode.
Yo, what was that?
We've just lost bead number 12.
Another mission tech yells out from across the room.
Bead number 22 failed to launch.
That's fine. We anticipated a margin of error. Everything is fine.
Exterior the Mindy home, Lansing, Michigan, same time.
I was hoping we could have a family dinner.
Randall's sons are inside in the living room watching the launch.
Hey, Dad.
Hey, it's Dad. Dad.
Well, what do you say?
Yeah.
Thank you. This is Kate.
Nice to meet you. I'm Yule. I'm Fire Puma 142 on Twitch. You game?
I'm really doubtful she knows.
Who said I game?
Randall holds up a bouquet of flowers.
I got these for you.
Oh, thank you. That's really sweet, honey.
I'm so sorry. You have no idea. I really am.
Oh, I know. I've missed you.
I missed you so much.
When we dated in college, I fucked Aaron Tran.
Oh.
They hug again. Interior Mindy home, Lansing, Michigan, same time. Turkey's being put in the oven, stuffing made. Kate is putting a dry rub on the salmon. Yule is dicing carrots. The table's set. Teddy pops in holding a bottle of wine.
Hey, everyone. Sorry I'm late, but I'm not empty-handed.
Randall embraces him. June says hello. Exterior deep space continues. The drone satellites tear toward the heavens. Interior Bash Launch Center. 2 hours later, the bead drones approach the comet.
Beads have approached optimal escape velocity. They're now approaching Comet Dibiaski and are ready for attachment mode.
The beads spread out and their hook drill arm extends. 2 more of the beads fail to attach and spin away from the comet into each other, exploding.
Beads 8 and 27 are lost due to lateral control malfunction.
Okay, so now, Peter, we're 6 drones down. Is this thing still gonna work?
Well, the engineers assured me that yes, 24 drones is enough.
How many can we lose?
How many more?
Interior CVN studio, same time. Harrison Telms reports on the launch.
We're being told that several of the beads have exploded on launch.
Interior, the Mindy home, Lansing, Michigan, same time. Randall turns off the news coverage in the living room and goes back to where the group is seated for dinner. A beautiful turkey and salmon, carrots, etc. on the table. The Mindys and Kate, Yule, and Teddy all take their seats.
Oh, Teddy, you've got the head seat right there.
Way too kind, Randall. Thank you.
Cheers, everyone, huh?
Cheers. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, thank you for being here. It's so special.
Exterior space, 20 minutes later, a close-up of the comet. Remaining bead drones are attached. They drill into the comet.
Commence simultaneous explosive separation stage.
This is it. The beads explode in a giant flash. Interior Bash Launch Center. Mission control, same time. Everyone is super tense. President Orlean gasps as the explosion occurs. Interior Mindy dining room, Michigan. 20 minutes later.
Beautiful.
Thank you, pal.
Oh, it really is. And really good to have you home.
Dr. Mindy got really famous.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. That's right. Okay, I was on magazine covers and everything. I know. I take your shots.
Everyone laughs. Randall kisses June.
I love you.
I love you too.
Interior Bash Launch Center, Mission Control, same time.
Still waiting for a full status report on the explosive devices.
President Z of China just texted me. The comet is still whole.
We're seeing 4 misfires and sync was off.
It's still intact.
Okay. We're all fine. Everyone's fine. If you'll excuse me, nature calls. I'm gonna go to the restroom. for a moment.
Sherwell leaves the room.
Yes, I think that I should also step out to the restroom for a moment.
She leaves.
Should I?
No, I'll be right back.
The flight director turns to where the president should be. Only Jason's there.
Sir, the president, we need to know what the mission status is.
She's coming right back.
The command tech stands up.
Screw this! I'm gonna go see my husband!
She runs out. Some other people start to run out too.
Sorry, I've got a 20-year-old daughter. I've got to go see her.
The rest of the crew clamors in panic.
I'm doing an 8-ball.
Oh my God. Interior presidential helicopter, same time. President Orlean is on her satellite phone. Interior, the Mindy dining room. Michigan, continuous. Randall moves towards their phone, intercut.
I got it.
Hello, there's a ship? In case we're wrong, and clearly we were wrong.
Of course you have a ship.
It holds 2,000. It has state-of-the-art cryo chambers, and it's set to find the nearest Earth-like planet and a Goldilocks zone. There's room for you and one other. Bree, your wife. Your call.
I'm good, but thank you for the offer. You have fun with Jason.
Jason? Oh, shit!
Interior Bash launch center continuous. Jason is still seated. The control center is almost empty.
She's coming back.
Exterior neighborhood night. Frightened neighbors watch the comet in the sky. Interior Mindy dining room, Michigan. Moments later, everyone at the table has joined hands and are giving thanks.
I'm thankful for the night I fell asleep out in the backyard. Woke up face to face with a baby deer.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was the best day of my life.
Randall and June kiss, sorry.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful we tried.
Yeah, no man, did we try.
Well, we're not the most religious here in the Mindy household, but maybe we should say amen. Should we do that?
Well, don't look at me. I don't know how to do that. What do you just... What do you just say? Amen? I don't...
I got this. I got it. Said the atheist on the call. Dearest Father and Almighty Creator, we ask for your grace this bride. Doing it live. Your forgiveness despite our doubt, and most of all, your love to soothe our fears in these dark times. May we face your divine will with courage and open hearts of acceptance. In your name, amen.
Damn. Yule's got some church game.
That was beautiful.
Cut to Interior CBN studio, same time. Harrison Telms reports.
The comet remains intact.
A few crew members run past camera.
We just never...
He shakes his head. The set's empty. Interior Patriot News studio, same time.
Of course, there's only one story everyone's talking about tonight. Topless Urchin Kirsten.
Exterior New York City overheard. 20 minutes later, we pan over New York City, which is in chaos. Traffic, fires, violence, sex. So basically Friday night. Interior Manhattan bar, same time. Jack sits drinking a giant tumbler of tequila at an empty bar with chairs knocked over and the bar mirror cracked. Bree enters looking disheveled.
Sit. We can fuck or pray.
Honestly, I'd rather just drink and talk shit about people.
Same girl, same. Jack goes to pour Bree a drink. She takes the bottle from him and downs it. Exterior front lawn of the home, same time. Drask is firing a machine gun at the sky and screaming. When it's out, he takes out his handgun and fires it at the sky.
Yeah, you'll never take me alive.
Exterior planet Earth, 30 minutes later, the comet begins entering Earth's atmosphere with the incredible velocity 30,000 feet a second. Violent ripples spread out and a bright light flares from the fire created by the friction of its entry. As the comet makes impact, intercut shots of people watching in shock and disbelief. A couple has sex, a Vegas wedding, a baby taking a bath, a polar bear jumping to a new ice cap, a bee flying in a garden. Interior Mindy Dining Room, Michigan continuous. Everyone is enjoying dessert. The house is now shuddering.
I'm gonna have some more of that apple pie. It's really good.
Actually store-bought, but you can't really tell.
If I'm being really honest, which this moment, why not? I like the junky taste of store-bought better than homemade.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding.
Oh, I know what he means. It's something of a childhood memory thing or something.
Exterior open sky continuous. The comet rips through the sky like fabric being torn. Exterior planet Earth. The comet is a fiery behemoth in the sky. People run and flee. Fiery explosions rain down. Interior the Mindy Dining Room, Michigan continuous. The house is shaking.
Coffee doesn't taste store-bought, though, is it?
Oh, never. I always grind my own beans.
Yeah, Dad's kind of a bean nut. Every time you have coffee, you have to grind your own beans.
Oh, it's true. Randall is very particular about his coffee.
I can get that way about tea.
The thing is, we really did have everything. Didn't we? I mean, when you think about it.
Boom! We go slow-mo as the room collapses and disintegrates. Exterior space. Space shot of Earth as the comet impacts. Giant plumes of magma shoot into the sky. Shockwaves spread across the planet. A chunk of the Earth splits off. Incredible amounts of debris, rock, cars, dirt, and trees plume out in the massive explosion. We weave and snake through pieces of buildings. Kate's diet app announces her diet's over. A photo of President Orlean and Steven Seagal. We catch a glint of metal amidst the chaos. One spaceship navigates its way out. As it passes by us, a small Bash logo is visible on its side. It soars out into the infinity of space, leaving behind the new comet field that used to be planet Earth. Exterior new planet, 22,740 years later. Day. The ship enters the atmosphere and lands in a clearing of bright green and purple grass, surrounded oddly shaped but verdant trees. A group of 7 half-deer, half-birds leap past frame. A door on the ship opens with a hiss. Interior spaceship continuous. Pan past all the cryo chambers showing the names of their occupants. Inner Bank, Jill Arnold. Texcon Oil, Ted Biles. Vendel Lobbying, Louis Grandy. The cryo chambers calculate and finally open. Exterior new planet. Moments later, slowly, the naked and dazed CEOs, lobbyists, and elected officials begin to emerge from the ship. Most are in their late 60s and 70s. They groan, stretch, and wipe their eyes. Isherwell checks an atmospheric gauge.
Oxygen is higher than on Earth by 9%, everyone, so you might feel a little bit lightheaded. Cryo chambers were 58% successful, which is much better than anticipated.
President Orlean, nude and with a lower back tattoo of a string of roses and guns, is there.
Oh, we only had 47 dead in our section, so.
I think this will work quite well. Yeah, quite well indeed.
Oh, goodness, look at that beautiful animal. I wonder, are those feathers or are they scales?
President Orlean walks toward a feathered bear-type creature 20 yards away. It immediately attacks and kills her.
What is that thing?
I believe it's called a Brontorok. Ah, whatever you do, don't pet them.
The Bronrocks run towards them in a pack as we pull out. End. After credits. Exterior Earth day. There's rubble everywhere. Ash falls from the sky. Everything is devastation. Some rubble moves, and a cut, and dusty Jason Orlean emerges. Slowly, he stands. He might be the last living human.
Mom? Mom?
He looks around and pulls out his phone.
What's up, y'all? I'm the last man on Earth. Shit's all fucked up. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We out here. Mom. Hello.
And we're out.
That was completely absurd. absurd. You all did amazing, especially those of you who have not seen this movie that were spot on with your characters. Thank you and have a wonderful night.